Hello, world. I'm on. We're going to have a good head-to-head battle, I guess. Sci-Fi Nation's going on tonight. I'm on. We'll have to see what happens. Never know. Annie Trekker's still on, rambling away. I don't know what he's rambling on about this moment. But hey, it happens. So what the hell's happening tonight? We don't know what's going on. Thought we'd talk about some old TV shows. Yep. Annie Trekker's finally getting off. Yeah, he's getting off now. He said people to go to either one of us. All right, so he's out of there. He's pooped. He's gone. Yes, remember the old TV shows. I thought we could do a little talk about them tonight. Maybe we could come up with some ideas on how to come up with some new TV. Who the hell knows? I don't know. What's up, Biden? What's up, number one sci-fi? Epic Beard's here. Ensign Ricky's here. Not much else going on tonight. But hey. Hello, Cinnabon. We're also doing a little thing different now since all the screw-offs last night. If anybody wants to come up on the panel, they just let me know and I will send it to them through Twitter or through Discord. No more open links into the chat because we're not going to have idiots trying to get on the stream and all that crap and pulling their bullshit. No, we're not doing that. We've tightened that down. But I thought we'd just ramble through a whole long list of whatever TV shows we want to talk about. Maybe we'll come up with ideas that could actually have a good thing now if they were done right. If they were done right, though. You never know. Sometimes it can't be done right, so, you know. But hey, that's how it goes. Oh, now Sci-Fi is calling me a dink. Hi, Keck44. Calling me a dink already. I see how it is. The hell. I'm not a dink. Oh, bitch. There, I got to get my little thing out there on Twitters. Night Breeze is here. Hail. Thomas Potts is here. Hail. Yes, I've seen Kolchak the Night Stalker, Biden. Not a bad show. Yo, Josh Street's here. The Pink Bunny Rainbow Hybrid. Yeah, I'm not that. Yes, Rambling. I can send it to you. I can send it to you on Discord. And let's see here. Rambling. Where's Rambling? Been a while since I got a message from you. There you are. And you should have it in Discord now. Ricky, I'll send it to you in your... send it to a private message to you, too, in Discord, because... Well, you know, I don't know if any of the trolls might join in at some point. So all private messages will be better. Yes, Anti-Trekker. He's not streaming now because I went on and he said that I would steal everybody. So he decided not to go on. Welcome, Rambling Canuck.
Hello. So our French newfie is already starting shite, huh?
Welcome, Rambling Cadet.
Apparently, and somebody's got sound on. Haha. Anyway, I don't think he's starting shite. I just think that he thought I would outdo him.
No, that was me.
Sure, Anti-Checker, I will send you the link on Discord or Twitter, whichever you like. I'm not putting the link out in the open room anymore after last night. So which would you prefer?
The Twitters or the Discords?
Okay, Twitter.
The
That's
Twitter, he
easier.
said.
It's going to the Twitter. And then it's been a while since I sent him a message there too. So yeah, I had to scroll down a little bit. But there he is. He's got it now too.
Yeah, because we were supposed to go on Sci-Fi Nation, and I were supposed to go on after Anti-Tracker, but when I'm like, well, whoever's going to show up at DJ is going to show up at yours, so what's the point?
Yes, Tubi and I had a hell of a lot of crap. I had to even delete the first attempt of my stream last night because it got so bad that I didn't want to get banned from YouTube. So I had to delete that entire portion of the stream and start completely over.
Yeah, fun times.
Yeah, trolls.
So now I'm not taking the open door policy for anybody to jump up and chat with us. I'm screening them all out and just sticking with who I know because
One by one, they will be screened.
And here comes Anti-Trekker.
Hey,
Hello.
Greetings, sir.
how you doing?
We're having fun tonight. We're going to talk about some old TV shows and ramble on about everything else because we just don't have anything else to do.
Well, hey, if you want to hate on Star Trek Picard, I found some new ammunition for people.
Uh-oh.
At
Why
least
would you want to do that?
I'm working on my everything wrong with Star Trek Picard.
Oh,
You know?
okay.
And I just so happened to stumble across something that I have not heard anybody talk about up to this point, which amazes me. And it's a genuinely great nitpick if you want to, especially this will give fuel to the people that say it's not in the Prime universe kind of thing, right? So let's see if I can get this to.
There was something I picked out that was odd to me. If I just don't remember what it was off the bat, that really irked me. But I mean, other than that, it was most of it.
Right now, I want to state that we are not going to all gang up on Andy Trekker since he's on the panel. We are going to be nice and respectful.
This is not Midnight Edge.
No, this isn't Midnight Edge. But way to cause heat with Foley with me there, Anti-Trekker.
Well, I do my best.
Bloody
All right.
hell.
So notice this is Picard walking around his fine estate and vineyards, right?
Yeah, and we see the mountains in the background that really shouldn't be there.
Well, not just the California hills. Look behind the California hills. Look at those towers.
Let's blow the picture up.
Oh.
I see the towers, kind of.
They look vaguely familiar to you. They should, because you've seen them before.
Where have I seen these towers?
Ah!
Let me see if I can get the right image here. There we go.
Oh my God!
Aren't those the towers that
Star Trek 2009, my friend,
Yeah, that's where they were building the damn Enterprise.
in Iowa.
Yeah.
So apparently in the Prime
Iowa,
universe,
not
they're in
Iowa.
France. I have yet to hear anyone talk about those towers.
Well, I don't think they really were paying close attention to them. They
Yeah,
just
like
let
who was
things
it?
go.
Admiral Saval that came in the other night. And he was talking about like the one briefcase the dude had. I mean, like it's like, oh my God.
Oh, the briefcase dude is hilarious. I am absolutely convinced that briefcase dude was just a member of the camera crew or something that accidentally was in the shot.
He was just sitting there like,
I never would have made the connections without the blow up picture of the towers, though.
I still get brownie points because I'm the only one that realized the fireplace was still going after the program was frozen.
the fireplace.
Oh yeah,
And-
the fireplace was going after you froze the program.
Yeah.
Well, the fireplace was a separate.
Yeah, a separate loop.
It was on a separate loop. You had to.
Except that in every other hologram instance we've ever seen, if you freeze the program, it freezes everything.
And the
Well,
birds
my-
look like they splatted on the window.
Well, it's cold out in space. They had to keep the fireplace going.
Yeah, just like my theory about Rios, where like every hologram on the ship is an aspect of his personality,
Right.
and the reason why he hates the hospitality program the most is because it reminds him the most of himself.
That could be.
That's why I think.
I actually, I know a lot of people are hating on Rios, but I love the holograms.
Me too.
I think it's hilarious. I mean, I picture like, imagine if like you go to Lord Reloaded's house and he's got 17 different lores all speaking with a different accent.
Yeah, I get to pull an anti-tracker. I like the Rios character. Check out my video.
I mean, I like the tactical hologram where he just only speaks in Spanish, like completely one. Because I can understand everything, and it's fucking hilarious. I mean, just speaking back to him, this shit was funny as fuck. I was like, damn. Is that the death of Soji?
Dodge, you mean?
Or Dodge, whatever, yeah.
Yeah. I got so sick of looking at this over and over because people kept saying, "Oh, she's a robot." No, she's not. There's nothing there that looks like a robot.
Well, didn't Picard say there was some secret cloaker that?
No, the male Romulan said that he thought that it was possible that she had a cloak, and that's why she didn't show up on the cameras. And honestly, I don't have a problem with that because of the simple fact that it's 20 years past the last time we've seen any tech from Next Gen, so a personal cloak doesn't seem unreasonable to me.
See, and I was actually surprised. I'm surprised that they haven't said that Picard's an android because of the opening credit.
Yeah.
Because of all the way his skin comes to his face. I'm surprised they haven't said that he's an android in the opening credit.
Yeah. That's actually, I love this particular moment from the video. Life with Matthew will appreciate this since he's doing the best of. While you see WTF for Picard and that look on his face, that on that little image in the corner is on a loop of Dodge doing her super jump.
I don't know. That look on his face kind of looks like, oh, I just pooped myself.
Yeah. But that jump is so stupid.
Well, the acceleration's off. So, I mean, like, from a graphical standpoint, they just fucked up on the shot. They could have made it look way better.
Yeah, you see, it looks so bad.
It's just the ramp up doesn't seem natural. You know what I'm saying?
My question is, what's up with like the old Atari style game, like Super Motocross style, like boundaries between the stairs?
Well, the funny thing is, I was because I have a TikTok account and I throw TikTok videos up and stuff like that. And there's a Navy SEAL on there who explains like all the shit that they went through and like movie facts that they get wrong. And this episode of Picard reminded me of that because he's like, it's like movie facts that Hollywood that that gets wrong about military combat. He's like, if you get hit by an explosion and you're throwing 30 feet in the air, you're dead.
You're at least getting thrown 90 degrees the opposite direction that you were going and slammed into something, if not the ground. So
You don't have to have my face as like the whole stream.
I don't know what he's doing. But yeah, he's like
had it up there because you had the pictures, and then
But yeah, he's basically like you said, if you get hit by an explosion and you fly 30 feet in the air, he's like, you're dead.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now you made me. Now I got to go back to the screen.
and then you got to make me blow it up again.
Yeah, I know. But so we have after that. Then we have Dodge's death. Here's the explosion.
was that a giant golf tee coming out of that staircase?
Well, I mean, it's like Dot. Does she run on antimatter or something to have an explosion like that? And it's like, who doesn't notice an explosion like that at Starfleet headquarters?
That was from the phaser exploding.
Oh, was that from the phaser?
All right, so yeah, well, yeah, the explosion. They don't deny the explosion happened there, but yeah, whatever. So look at Picard here. You see him there?
His stunt double must have got paid good for this.
Yeah. So
He'd have been flying way before the flame got that close.
yeah, I know, but
Bro, look at that shit.
You're gonna wait till the flame touches his chest to make him go flying. No, that's not how.
He's doing the exercise. They just had him sit on the ground and they just moved his body over. All right, this is what you need to do. You got to sit on the ground, and we're just gonna key your body over in the shot.
now it's
Sorry, AT. I was gonna say, as soon as that explosion went off, that concussion would have hit him and sent his ass flying
now
Yeah.
notice how he lands here.
on his tailbone.
On his bum.
Now, this is a 95-year-old man. His pelvis would be shattered.
It'd be dust.
It would
But
absolutely
he's in
be
good
shattered.
health condition. His doctor even said so.
Hell, at our age, Tracker,
His
Have
doctor cleared him at the clean bill of health.
Well, but he's 95.
Born
A
in 137.
perfectly healthy 95-year-old is going to shatter his pelvis if he hits the ground that hard.
I don't
Yeah.
care
Well,
how
I mean,
good.
I'm sorry, a 25-year-old would at least break his pelvis.
But
I don't
everybody
care.
forgets he's got an artificial heart too.
Yeah, I don't care how good the medicine is in the 24th century. It ain't good enough to stop your pelvis from turning to dust on an.
Well, his
impact like
prosthetic
that.
heart has kept him alive for fucking his whole life.
Well, he had it. No, he had it replaced in TNG as well because he had a defective one.
Well, that was the Q episode.
Right,
wasn't it?
Pulaski replaced it in season 2.
Yeah.
Tribune points out this could all be explained from quantum.
No,
Absolutely.
this is beyond quantum here.
No,
This-
that's beyond quantum. This is a little over the top. Even
This
the
is
Dodge
straight
jump
up
is
space
over the top.
magic here.
Yeah, that's a little. Yeah.
I mean, the idea of a 95-year-old man. I mean, look at the size of that explosion. And we know the shock wave was enough to push him back at least 40, 50 feet. And he landed square on his ass. There, and yet, and I actually, in this video, I play the line where when he gets home and the male Vulcan slave tells him, "Well, you had quite a knock, but you're fine."
Yeah, right. You got
I'm like,
knocked
what
up, old
are
man.
you talking about?
It's like he stumbled down a stair or something.
Not Vulcan slave, Romulan.
Yeah, he's a Romulan.
Oh, did I
slave.
say Vulcan? I'm sorry, I meant wrong.
Indentured servant?
This,
No. They're Kurogan mine orphans. Don't get it
I
twisted.
know it's confusing because they have both types of Romulans in this, with ridges and without, but
They're the best. Well, dude, that's those.
hey, is
are
that like a
northern
new
brothers.
kind of potato chip? Romulans have ridges. You remember?
Actually, that makes perfect sense the way they explained it.
I will say this: that is actually one of the more clever things they did was to explain the Romulan ridges. I was actually down for that.
it was almost as good as Enterprise's explaining why Klingons had flat foreheads, except for the problem is they never explained why during Kirk's era they completely make no reference or know anything about the flat ones, or when you go to Deep
Well,
Space
actually,
Nine.
the only time there's a real problem is when is Trials and Tribulations.
Yes, when you
Exactly. That's what I was going to bring up. Worf says in Trials and Tribulations when Odo
Here,
and
quote this.
whoever brings up,
That's
he
why
said,
I
we
made
don't
this
talk
meme
about
right here. I for that reason I made this meme right here.
Uh-oh, gotta switch. Do I?
Oh, why did you have to put Klingorks on there?
Southern Klingons, dude. They're Northern Klingons. You know how
You know what you need to do though? You need to put a smooth-headed Klingon in the middle, say like Eastern Klingon.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Oh,
the people,
no. See, what you got to do is you got to put the smooth-headed Klingon as the northern Klingon, the Mordok as the southern, and then put the Klingork as the French Newfie Klingon. Done with it.
When I put
Kurogan, the Kurogan.
all of the Facebook groups. I mean, I put
Well,
this.
no, 'cause Sci-Fi Nations here. It's the French Newfie Klingon.
No, it's-
Yeah, and then people were like, well, you forgot about the Eastern Klingons, and then they put Kane, Kor, and Koloth from the original season, like the Eastern Klingons. But I mean, and people are like, I like it. This explains Discovery. This is a better idea. You just explained it way better than the fucking writers have. And I guess, if you look
Son
at
of a
it,
bitch.
you know what I'm
That's all I
saying?
got to say about that.
I still think my triple timeline theory is the best one.
And so, Ricky, you got to send me that with the northern change to French Newfie.
All right.
Jesus. Come on.
I got a video in mind.
But here's my question then. So Southern Romulans speak with an Irish accent.
Right?
So who are the Klingons to speak with an English accent?
Right? I mean,
My descendants, according to
Koloth
Brandon,
probably came the closest.
Hmm?
I said Koloth probably came the closest to speaking like an English type of accent.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, if I'm just talking about the Romulans here, like, if you have, if we establish that the Northern Klingons speak with a Midwestern American accent, the Southern Romulans, the Southern Romulans speak with an Irish accent.
Irish
so where the
accent.
hell did the English accent Romulans come from?
Right? I have no clue.
from Picard Land.
They
I
have
can't believe it, 'cause everybody was like,
features
everybody in the group was like, "You explained it so great." I was like, "Well, I guess it
Well,
kind of
that,
does
that
explain
brings
it."
up another question. Why does John Luke speak with a British accent? Well, you know, they had World War III. Maybe
Dude, they
England
have
conquered
some
France during the eugenics wars in World War III.
Except that Robert spoke with a French accent.
They gave him some
because
French
he was a
lines.
stubborn dank, you know that. He didn't like nothing modern.
Oh, by the way, Ensign Ricky, I went off in my video about the fact that Picard speaks French in this.
Did you? Yeah.
No.
Well, I mean, like he speaks French, and we get 2 lines that solidify his character, and the only other time we get it is an encounter in Farpoint, where they're
Well,
like,
there's a line he actually says to the frickin' dog. in
yeah, it's not
French.
like
He
I
says,
forgot what it
like,
was.
you're pretending to not understand French.
Yeah,
And so my commentary on that particular line was, I don't know which I have a bigger problem with, the dog pretending he doesn't understand French or Picard pretending he does.
for real though. But I mean, that's just those little nuggets they threw in just to solidify the character. And like I said, the only other time we hear about his heritage is basically Encounter at Farpoint. There's
Right.
like a little throwaway line in there. It's like, yeah, I'm French, and then who the fuck cares from then on? He's just some British French
And
guy.
you could at least have him drink something other than Earl Grey tea. I mean, come on.
Wait,
Well-
Earl Grey decaffeinated.
Yeah,
Well,
the Earl Grey
that's
decaffeinated, I do
stupid.
actually make a comment about that too. I
hate that.
just
Well,
throw a red shirt up and say decaf.
I would say he would drink wine.
Thomas Potts says, Andy Trekker, since you don't read this, are you a Southern Hobbit?
Dude, Southern hobbits, dude. Better than the Northern hobbits.
Hate you all.
I think Klingons got their accents just because, like
Wait,
Robert
so-
Summers,
so
they're stuck
Is
in a cave.
Nate a Southern fried hobbit?
Southern fried hobbit?
Southern Kentucky fried hobbit.
Sci-Fi Nation must be a Northern fried French Newfie.
According to
Well,
Rambling
we've seen the picture of the French Newfie.
Son of a bitch.
French Newfie Klingon. We saw the picture.
Oh, Jesus.
So sci-fi, do you actually live in you're Canadian?
No.
I am not a Canadian. No,
No,
but
he's from
everybody seems to
Michigan.
think I is.
Well,
He's just
that's
up there.
because what you guys keep doing this whole French Newfie thing. So
It's because I'll explain it. Because for forever and a day, when I'd listen to Sci-Fi Nation and DJ Odyssey,
See, he
DJ
didn't
Odyssey.
say it right.
Hold on, DJ Odyssey would always bug him about being Canadian because he'd say "a"
And a boot.
and a boot. Well, the problem with that is the only people who actually say that up in Canada are from Newfoundland, which is the East Coast. So that's why when I came on, I went, no, as the Canadian in the chat, I'll correct you. If he says a boot, he's a French Newfie.
but here's the thing, Rambling. You sound like you should say a boot and a.
But I don't.
Right, but you should. Maybe you should start incorporating that. You'll get more subscribers.
I know Captain Foley doesn't even say a boot.
Captain Foley is like the least sounding
Captain,
Canadian
hey,
I've ever heard.
to be
East
fair,
Coast.
wait,
It's
to be
East
fair,
Coast.
Captain Foley
Newfoundland,
lives-
St. John's, New Brunswick, all that area. That's where you're gonna get that.
okay, Rambling DJ AT. Just to be fair, Captain Foley lives way more south than I do.
He lives in
Like,
London,
geographically,
Ontario.
He lives in
Yeah, he
London.
lives in London.
Doesn't
That's
count.
down by Detroit's. I'm way up in central northern Michigan.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you see, here's the thing, sci-fi. Nobody cares.
Yeah, but see, London, Ontario basically almost doesn't count. Just like we sometimes don't count Toronto as Canada either.
Well, he
I mean, Foley has got
he
a very
basically
minimal
lives in
accent.
Detroit, except on the right side of the border where they got good health care. So
By the way, Rambling, are you left or right-handed?
Right.
Okay.
Oh, my mic went.
And I know that you have a lot of pain issues, but do you have problems with your wrists, forearms, fingers, any of that?
Hello, Orbital Nation.
You there, Ramley?
He's thinking.
He's like, I don't know, eh?
Quick to the Google Mobile.
I had problems with my back bacon, eh?
No, my computer's messing up.
Ah,
Oh yeah, he's reaching out.
That's that dang Canadian bacon. You know, the stuff we call ham.
you know, Ensign Ricky's busy having his stuff that's not legal here.
Yeah, I mean, I got to finally get to put the kid to bed.
Yeah, AT, you really need to come up here to Michigania. We got some good stuff we could like smuggle home for you.
Everywhere's got good stuff except for here right now. Although I will say there is a bill in the Tennessee legislature right now to legalize. So,
Well, it's not. I mean, even though I'm technically still an Illinois
Now,
resident,
let me ask you this, AT. Do you at least have it in your state law where you could get a medical card?
not yet.
Okay.
Oh, there's no medical
if
there?
you could get that at least, that would be a good step forward.
No, unfortunately, but like I said, it is actually in the legislature. It's actually been brought up in the legislature 3 times now, which is a good sign that they keep bringing it up.
yeah, I mean, my aunt lived in Camden.
Night Breeze, I'll send you the link over to Facebook.
Oh,
And,
nice breeze.
Yeah, I mean, she
What about night breeze? The mouth breather or the Northern Illinois French Snoopy?
But I have to say, like this stuff here that I've been drinking tonight is limoncello. It's actually really good.
I was wondering what that was. It looked like Aldebaran whiskey.
Yeah,
oh, that's for whiskey.
it's really good. It's an Italian drink. It's about 56 proof. So it's got a little bit of a kick to it. Not horrible. Not that it doesn't burn going down, but it'll definitely hit you.
This is
And
weird.
the problem is that now, like I drank about this bottle was brand new when I got it. It's about a little more than halfway gone.
Okay, now let's reiterate. How much of the Romulan ale did you drink last night?
I'll show you. So let's see. Can you see? There's the light. So
Kinda.
about
No,
two-thirds-
because it's all see through.
Yeah, it's so weird looking at
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, the green screen.
bottles right here. This is where it's at right now.
I can see it now. Yeah.
So
Okay.
roughly 2/3 is what I drank. The Romulan ale yesterday, which was actually Bacardi Hurricane, which I highly recommend if you like a sweet drink.
Blood wine.
Now, is that like UV blue except
This is
less
one
water?
night of that on a live stream.
Oh, nice.
Have you had the UV blue, AT?
The UV blue?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
It's like vodka. It's like blue colored vodka. It's really good shit, especially if you mix it with lemonade.
I've had a couple. Well, the thing is, I don't want to mix stuff while I'm doing my live stream. I like to get stuff that I can just drink straight from the bottle without.
Okay, you want to pre-mix stuff? Okay, I got you.
Yes. Anyway, the thing is, like, this is drinking. So apparently, drinking about 2/3 of a bottle of booze is enough to where, like, when I go downstairs in a little bit, I'll be able to sleep relatively well, and the pain is somewhat subdued by it. But I don't like drinking that much, you know. And I mean, it's not that I'm not a prude. I'm not against drinking, but I just don't want to drink that much. I know that a little bit of the herbal stuff that is available would do just as much good and would not affect me as in the negative ways nearly as much.
All it does is makes the pain go away and make you say, "Hi, how you doing?"
Well, I'll say this as far as the difference between alcohol and herbal remedies, and this is from like when I was in Oregon and experimenting with it a lot. The alcohol will make it so that I can sleep through the night, but I wake up tomorrow hurting just as much as I did wake up today, right?
Yep.
When with the herbal remedies, I can go pain-free for, probably about 24 to 36 hours, give or take how much I take.
Yeah, I mean, it helps with my back.
Because it's not just the buzz. You know, the buzz is all right if you're into that kind of thing, but it's not that helps you. The medicinal effects of the actual chemicals in it are a little longer lasting than the buzz you get from ingesting.
Tell you,
Well,
this
I mean,
stuff works good too.
Yeah, I mean, basically, weed makes me just forget about my back pain.
What's that, DJ?
He's showing off his CBD. CBD does not do
Oh,
squat.
CBD oil. Okay.
CBD is not bad. It does help.
This works
I've
so
tried
hard.
it. I've tried CBD oils. I've tried CBD vape. I've tried just smoking straight up CBD flower.
I'll tell you what. Have you ever had hash oil caramels?
I don't even know what that is.
Oh my!
That doesn't sound like something that's legal.
Yeah,
It is in Michigan. Oh, trust me. Woo!
I've heard that.
Damn, dude.
You start saying the word hash, and I'm like, okay, I think you're beyond legal.
Oh, that's very legal here.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Night Breeze, how you doing?
Oh, not too bad. How you doing, Hunter?
Hanging in there. So, talking about booze versus THC.
I don't drink at all, so I mean, I'm just all THC. I'm 100% THC. I can't even remember the last time I was drunk.
It's legal here.
Yeah, I mean, it's legal where I'm from, but it's not legal where I'm at, which kind of
All you
sucks.
gotta do is drive a couple hours north, Anti-Tracker, and you can get it legal.
I know, and here's the thing, and I know I'm stupid, old fashioned, and all that. The only reason I don't just make a quick drive to Illinois every couple of weeks to get some is part of me is just, man, I don't like the idea of willingly breaking the law like that.
It's like
even
my
though-
whole life.
AT, answer me this. Why
Yeah.
do you not want to break the law when the law always tries to break you?
Well, the law is not trying to break me. It's just that the law is. The problem is that people in states like Tennessee, people have a misunderstanding. They think that a lot of people believe this. They think that because of the fact, and this is a fact, if you look at heroin addicts, if you look at crack addicts, if you look at basically people that have had serious drug problems, right?
They had way too many pills prescribed to them.
Right. It's very true that most of these people smoke weed. And that's fine and dandy, but what they think is that weed is what made them do it. That's the false correlation. People that smoke weed will either, people are either already going to go do shrooms or they're going to already do LSD or whatever they're going to do. It has nothing to do with whether or not they're going to smoke weed.
Well, let's go back to the beginning, though. The racist mofo that brought about the thing that weed was bad brought it about because he
Money.
he wanted to make it seem like only people of color were the ones doing weed, so he gave it the names that he did, and saying, well, if you do this, it's going to lead to this, that, and the third, which is how you got that 1950s film, Reefer, whatever.
Reefer Madness?
Yeah, Reefer Madness. And I can't remember the guy's name, but there's a documentary out there.
It usually comes down to one thing, and that's money.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and that's exactly why this guy did it. He was working for the DEA and the federal
shit.
government.
Because too many people were making money off it or something like that.
Well, the government wasn't getting their cut is the main thing.
Hey, here's a stupid thing. I mixed just a little bit of Hurricane in with that limoncello.
Good
And you
stuff.
can say, it's green.
Whoa.
It has a cloaking device.
Okay, now that my computer's done spazzing out,
I love this. It actually looks like a cloaked drink. But no, it's actually a very nice green color. So now we know. Scotty mixed a little Romulan ale with some limoncello. That's where he got the it's green.
Epic Beard says, all this talk reminds me I should medicate ASAP. You nerds may sound a bit more rational.
That's rational? No,
Well, I
this
mean,
is
it's
not a rational
funny.
round table. We will not sound rational.
Like, I've been smoking weed my whole life. I mean, I never drank. I can't remember the last time I was drunk. I mean, probably like my 21st birthday, I think I got a little tipsy. But and it's funny because, I mean, like my whole life I've been illegal. And now that, things are starting to really come legal, I still have that fear. Even when I went back to Illinois for my grandfather's funeral, I got pulled over on the way to Chicago to grab my baby's mother. And the state trooper was there, and my weed would just sit fucking out. And I was just like, well, let's test this shit. Okay. So he came to the troop, and I was like, he's like, yeah, you're going like 80. I was like, well, the speed limit's like 70. He's like, yeah, I know. You go kind of fast, just kind of checking you out. And looked at it, and he's fucking see my weed and everything. He's like, I'll be back in a little bit. He's like, what you doing? I was like, well, grandfather just died. I'm in town. I live in Florida. Gotta go get my baby's mother from Chicago and bring her back down here, which is 300 miles away. And he's like, all right, just be back and fucking say shit, dude. Just fucking let me go on a warning. I was like, yes, it's good to be home. It's good to be home where it's legal. But
Sorry, Answer. I have a question for AT though. What did you think about irrational square table? Did you want to make that like a regular thing?
I had fun. I thought it was cool.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Pick a topic.
So is my mic actually working?
Yes, rambling.
Yes, sir.
now.
We can hear you rambling.
I mean,
So,
what we
okay,
I was
can I-
asking
like,
rambling about your
Yeah.
pain as far as do you have problems with your hands, wrists, arms?
I have a little bit in the wrist, but that's because it's joints,
Mm-hmm.
and my right knee is shite. My hips, my S joint in my lower back, and then it goes up to about all the vertebrae in your lower lumbar.
Well,
all that shit of mine is fucked. I got DDD, which is my shit's just slowly disappearing. And
Yeah, I have ankylosing spondylitis, so I have
spondylitis. Okay, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I have
so-
degenerative disc disease, but it's like once every couple years, I'm not able to walk for a couple months. Or sometimes once a year, I'm not able to walk. But the weird thing is, it's like in my case, like it puts me the fuck out where I can't walk or stand, and I usually sit. But like by the second month, it like starts to heal, and then fucking by the third month, it's like it never fucking happened. So it's just this weird, torturous cycle where it's like I know, and there's no warning for it. Like
Right.
one time I made my kid a quesadilla, and I had just turned to hand him the plate, and I heard this, and I was done. I was fucking done. I was like,
yeah, I usually know when I get up in the morning how my day is going to go. But what I was going to say though, anybody that's having problems, especially if they they're like me, like I spend all my day in front of a computer at work, and of course when I'm not at work, I'm spending my time in front of a computer to make YouTube videos. So I'm constantly on a computer. And I got to thank Bird of Prey for suggesting this. This is a freaking. I wish this was as good as it could be, but get yourself a vertical mouse.
Will you send me the link to that in Twitter? Because when I'm not up here at home in front of my computer, I'm at work in front of a computer,
Right.
even though I work hardware store.
So to give you an idea, so you put your hand on this mouse, and you see how it fits there.
Yeah.
And so having it angled like that is better. Here's the problem. There are some vertical mice like this that are full up, straight up vertical, where your hand is like this, which is the best position.
Which would hurt the fuck out of me.
Actually, it's awesome. I got to say, it's freaking awesome. Here's the problem. They don't make them for lefties. Mother effers. This is the best I can get for left-handed.
So you need like a store called the Left Emporium or whatever.
Yeah, well, there's a great vertical mouse called JTech, and you literally hold your hand straight up and down. And when I went on Amazon, I did a search for left-handed vertical mice, and that was the first hit. And I ordered one, and then it was for right-handed. And I was like, "What the hell is this?" And then I realized that for whatever reason, it comes up #1 in the search, but it's a right-handed mouse, and they don't make a lefty.
Well, can't you like remap the keys so they are opposite of each other?
No, because it's conformed to a. Look at the way this is. How could you hold like this is a left-handed mouse? If I put my right hand on it,
Oh, I see. It's got the
it's
angle.
going to be all sorts of weird.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can't do it. But I highly, highly recommend, not just those on the panel, but anybody in the viewing audience right now. And I can't see the chat, but if any of you guys have got problems with your fingers, with your wrists, with your forearms, it really does make a difference. Get yourself a damn vertical mouse. If you're a right-handed person, check out the JTech vertical mouse. You can find it on Amazon. It's like $28. It is worth every penny. I played with it a little bit with my right hand, and I was like, I wish I was right-handed.
I mean, I couldn't probably use it for gaming, but maybe for like editing, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, the gaming side. I mean, I just need a certain mouse, otherwise I'm just gonna get fucking pwned. I mean, like,
No, I understand that,
I
but
mean,
I could never use it though because I have to. When I operate a mouse, it has to be turned sideways. I
mean,
cannot operate a
answer,
mouse. normally.
#1 sci-fi's question in the chat.
Yeah, he wants to know where Anson Ricky lives in
I
Florida.
live in between Destin, Florida, and Pensacola. So like Navarre, Florosa. It's I live
Are
on.
you in the Panhandle or the Ball Sack?
I'm in the Panhandle,
Okay.
right before the Panhandle, actually. So I mean, directly south of Alabama, basically.
Right.
People call this area L.A., Lower Alabama.
Hurricane Town.
Which
Like, I'm
basically
from
means
LA,
I pass through.
you know,
I
lower-
pass through Ensign Ricky's neighborhood when I go to visit my father-in-law because he lives in Jacksonville.
Yeah, you come right through here.
I went to
Absolutely.
Disneyland once when I was 7.
Which reminds me, Ensign Ricky, the next time I go to visit him, you need to tell me what town to stop in, and we'll have coffee or something.
Yeah, absolutely. Or if you guys want to come, if you want to come down and stay I got a condo on the beach, dude. I mean, just let me know. You can come out for a couple days. Even if you want to grab the kids, just take them down to the beach. I mean, we have a place.
Cool.
So yeah, I mean, especially in the off season, like right now, it's not rented out. Through the whole season, it's rented out. But in the off months, like December and January, it's fucking wide open, dude. Come down, spend a couple days with the wife, the missus, whatever. Enjoy the beach I mean, we're only roughly about 6 hours from you. So, I mean, that's straight drive because it takes me about 6 hours to get to Murfreesboro from where I'm at here.
And
So-
Thomas Potts, as much as you make fun of me, I'm moving to Pennsylvania here as soon as Mrs. Sci-Fi gets her disability. So
Why
I have
Pennsylvania?
a Logitech 903 is my main mouse over here, wireless, and then I have a Logitech 502 over here as my backup. But I had to get a new one because that double clicking shit happened. Oh, dude, that double clicking shit pisses me off, dude. It's like
My mouse was a Razer Tapia, which I like that mouse as far as performance, but it was killing my wrist. Yeah, it was just killing my wrist. And I'm basically trying at this point, playing with the vertical mice to see if I can convince my boss to buy me one for work.
hell yeah, dude. I'd fucking be all over that shit. Be like, hey, yo.
I want that LED backlit keyboard that Ensign Ricky has. That thing is awesome.
Yeah, this is the G910 Orion Spark, I believe it's called.
I had that one.
Yeah, I mean,
Unfortunately,
they're
I
on
ruined it.
sale right now. Like I got this for like $185 when it first came out, and then now
This bad boy here. This is an awesome keyboard. It's not as fancy as yours, but man, you feel it. If you can, it's made out of metal. You can definitely feel it. It's a Desky board. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Yeah, I mean, I edited all my videos on this. I edited my audio on my laptop with my camera on my laptop. But usually this setup over here is for my asset grabbing. So I'll grab assets over on this side and then just swap them over here to Premiere Pro as I work.
Although I'll tell you, here's the thing that if you want to be a serious live streamer, and I know that Sci-Fi, you love streaming. I know DJ, you love streaming. Ensign Ricky, you seem to be more into doing the edited stuff, so this wouldn't apply to you. But if you want to do streaming, if you really want to get into it and you really want to have fun with it, like I do when I'm doing the stupid things with the super chat animations and crap
Is this like your little super chat soundboard thing you showed us before?
it's not a soundboard.
You like the Stream Deck?
Yeah, this is the
Oh,
Stream
those are
Deck
so
XL.
nice. So nice. I want
These-
some so bad.
Yeah, these things are so freaking awesome.
That's the XL, ain't it?
Yeah.
Hey, I want the link to that and that other thing I told you about
It's
earlier.
the Elgato Stream Deck is what it's called.
Yeah.
And they're nice, dude. But he's got the XL one. That's $160 one, I believe.
Yeah, what I did was I started with the basic one, the standard Stream Deck, just to see if I would like it, and then I fell in love with it immediately. So I got the XL,
I
and
would imagine it's great for the super chats, dude. I mean,
oh yeah, if I like on the menus, since you can customize the menus. So if I come up here, got to see where is it. So right here it says Super Chats. So I tap on that.
and then it pulls up the menu on the left, right?
And then you can see there's 1 through 5, 6 through 10, 11 through 15. So if someone asks for Super Chat number 23, I come right here to 21 through 25. And then I hit number 23.
That's why he wants the numbers, people.
Yep. So that's how it works.
It's
Number
beautiful.
number
I love that
15,
thing.
AT.
Yeah. But yeah, it's actually, I will tell you. So I took my original Stream Deck that I got and I sent
Honestly,
it to
Sci-Fi.
Ray.
To answer your question, yeah, I mean, I don't do much, dude. I go to work and I stay at my house.
Cody Drake asked.
I go out and play music every
say
once in a while.
Desky?
Yes, I did say it's DASKEYBOARD. That's the name of the keyboard I have.
That's keyboard.
It's freaking awesome.
I gotta ask Ensign Ricky.
However, the one that Ensign Ricky has is my second favorite keyboard I've ever had.
Well, mine's more of a gaming keyboard than it is an editing keyboard, but there's a lot of macros on it, so I guess you can use it for editing. But I mean, I edit weird, so I mean, it's like I'm an arrow key player, so I mean, I edit from here. So I mean, like my cuts and everything else is on my mouse or my number pad, and I just I flick through videos like this, as where most people will do the WASD. I just can't play like that. I've just never been able to play with the WASD. Even on my games, I'm arrow keys. So it's like this would be my duck, this would be my activate on the number pad. But so I set up my Premiere Pro like that, and I use and the funny thing is like because of Skyrim and Fallout, and they use F5 to save. Like all my Premiere stuff is F5 to save. I just had to switch it over. It's just so much more convenient because I'm just so used to hitting F5 to save.
Ensign Ricky.
I have a question for Ensign Ricky.
Actually, let me say something real quick. Just because obviously Mr. Miles is watching the stream because he just sent me a couple of links to some left-handed vertical mice. There's one that he sent me, the Evolutant, which is a great mouse. I considered it, but the price tag is like stupid. Like comparing a $30 mouse to this is an $85 mouse. And then the other one that's $29.99, which is a nice price, but even though the picture is a little deceiving, it's the exact same angle as the one that I'm using.
Okay, Ensign Ricky, do you have 2 StreamYards going?
No, this is on a separate. There's no volume on this right now, though. This is actually YouTube.
Down below, I have you in one spot, and then I have a second one that says you.
Oh, because I'm sharing my screen. Right here.
There it goes. Because I couldn't get rid of it unless I kicked you.
No, then I was sharing the picture of the Romulan or the whatever the beam I made.
Okay, so Anti-Trekker, you
Yes,
want to see a good you want to see a good laugh?
What's up?
Okay, I'm gonna share my screen if that's okay, DJ.
Okay.
And I'll let you
don't
see
make
the
it like the perverted crap.
No. I'm gonna let you see the piece of junk that I have to deal with.
Gremlin Canuck is going to start putting porn on in 5, 4.
I had that last night, Anti-Trekker.
Oh, they came in.
Yeah.
Oh, I understand. I know you got to be real, and that's the thing, DJ, is you start to get popular. It would be stupid for me under normal circumstances to put that out, even though I've done it a couple of times.
There you go. There's the piece of junk I deal with.
Damn.
Oh, as long as it gets you on, it's okay.
Rambling, you need a new computer.
You think?
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm about to upgrade here. I'm about to get the Ryzen 9.
To give Rambling credit, he is the one that put together the promo for my Vance Mater Owen watch party and made my birthday vid with. So,
oh, it wasn't that hard to do.
Fighting Schronemer.
You told me
Reading
hours to put into it, but
Well, the preview was harder. Your birthday video was easy.
welcome, Schronemer. And Ensign Ricky, number one sci-fi has a question for you.
Yeah, I told him. I asked him. I was like, "Yeah, if you're down, like, I don't do shit." Number one sci-fi.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you saw that.
I mean, if you wanna someday meet and definitely hang out, I'd be down, dude. Come and sit down and talk to you. I was talking to you on the stream yesterday. Last couple days we've been talking. But yeah, dude, I was like, I barely do shit. I go to work. I sit at home. I'm a single parent. Sometimes I go play music. That's about it. I mean, like most of the time I'm a homebody.
I'm gonna figure out where Rock Solid lives and show up on his door in the pink bunny outfit.
He lives in Illinois, and you got to wear the uniform.
Well, I know what town
does
he
he live
lives
in
in.
Illinois?
He's only 3 hours
So
from.
DJ, just go to Illinois, start running around in a bunny suit. Eventually, you'll run
I
into.
I know exactly what town he's in. He's only 3 hours from me.
Well,
What's
then
that
head
like
to that town. Bring your bunny suit. What is your problem?
Now, AT,
He gets shot.
Is he in the suburbs?
this is the link we need to be promoting on your channel, but
No, we don't.
Where's Rock?
Yeah,
I was waiting
I
to
kept
see how long that
having
was going to
people
take.
like Epic Beard and all that in my radio show today over in the chat room there, bringing that up, and got people talking about it over there too.
well, now
Where's Rock Solid from? In Illinois?
is 160 the actual amount, or
Oh,
is that-
I told you it was 167.50 now.
okay? Now I got to edit that. Okay, not a problem. I'm going to edit that right now.
That's the third time I've told you had to edit that.
Son of a bitch.
Hey, Andy Tracker.
Yes, sir.
I was looking there and I found one is an Deso iMouse E90 on Amazon. You know, and they got it both in left and right-handed.
I'd have to, let me see. Put it in the private chat so I can see the link. You know how to do
hold
that?
on. Yeah, I'll have to bring up that on this computer.
Oh, you have 2 computers you're working with?
Yeah, I got them side by side.
Phenomenal. I mean, I'd be lost without 2 computers. I've always had 2 computers my whole life.
There's a couple of, and here's the thing with these vertical mice. There's a couple of features that some have, some don't, and makes a big difference. This one obviously is not a true vertical mouse. It's called a partially vertical mouse. But what it does have that a lot of them don't is this palm rest, so that you put your hand rests on it, so that you're not dragging your hand across your desk.
Some of them have fans inside that cool your hand.
Yeah, and this is I got to tell you, this is incredibly comfortable to have my hand on. It just unfortunately is not as vertical as I would like for a vertical mouse. Now, Mr. Miles sent me a link to one that Best Buy sells. I've seen it before. It's like $90, which is more than I had to spend for a mouse right now. And I needed something. But let's see if yours, the one you put here, is if it's the one I'm thinking of. Yes, that is. I've seen that one before. Here's the problem with that one. Notice how the picture is kind of angled. And it's because it's at a similar angle as this mouse. They just try to make it look like it's not. Although you also got to look at, and I don't know if this one shows the dimensions of the mouse. That's because some of these are a little on the small side. I don't care about the sound. Yeah. You can tell me how great it is. Show me a hand in the mouse with it working.
Captain Trek, look in the description on YouTube below the live stream, and it has the link straight to the Discord.
What's Captain Trek trying to join your Discord?
Yeah, and I got the link right down in the description of the YouTube right here.
Best thing to do, Captain Trek, is ignore him right now and just be on my Discord and get him to join, stay on my Discord.
I'm on your Discord.
We don't need to have 750 Discords.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's
Well,
true.
and then there's mine.
My suggestion is if we do one of these roundtables, we do it directly after like an episode of Picard, or maybe time it something like that so we can all discuss the episode. I think that would probably be a good idea.
That is a good idea. What we need, though, is like a nerd Discord for people that are associated with like the Anti-Trekker channel and other associated channels.
We can use Anti-Trekker's Discord. God, we all do.
Well, that's the thing that he's trying to avoid. We don't need like 1,000 different.
Well,
I mean,
the nice
I have a
thing-
Discord too, but no one's ever there.
Well, I have 2 Discords, and that's a nice thing about Discord. It's really easy to set up. But I have the one that everybody knows, the Anti-Trekker Discord, that most of you guys are probably already members of. And then I have one that Ensign Ricky is a part of, but the rest of you are not.
The Illuminati Discord.
Yeah, and that is the Illuminati Discord. That's what I should call it. I should rename it the Illuminati. That's great. But that's basically for anybody who's creating content for the Anti-Trekker channel. And that way we have a place where we can, get ideas out there or share links if we have a video or whatever.
Which is none of us up here, except AJ.
Well, I mean, that's just, I mean,
No, Ensign Ricky's on it.
Oh, Ensign Ricky. Yes, you have your.
yeah, I'm one of the creators, but I mean, even the guys that don't create, I mean, not everybody can make it. So I mean, we can get on a roundtable, get 6 people on a episode when it airs. I mean, the best time would probably be right after the episode's finished.
Right.
And just jump on real quick. You know what I'm saying?
You've probably seen, I've been doing live streams immediately after the air of Picard pretty much every week since it premiered.
Yeah, I mean, that's an awesome
And
idea.
I'm okay with bringing a couple of people on for discussion. Like Bird of Prey was on my last one, and it was nice to be able to talk to other people. But I need to know that people will be ready for the live stream by a specific time.
Like they have to watch it as soon as it drops.
Right.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I mean, you'd obviously have to be ready.
The link that Captain Trek sent me was a link for
Wait,
Darren
we're
Wagner's
watching
book.
shows before we comment on them now?
Yeah,
What?
God
When did
forbid.
that
That's-
happen?
you know what? You know, Ramley, I know you
When
might
did that
find it
happen?
strange being Canadian and all. I know this might be weird to you, but yeah, I'm kind of a stickler for not reviewing stuff you haven't seen.
Well,
All
so am I. So am I. I just, yeah.
I know. It's become, and in my humble opinion, it's become kind of a sad running joke in the Phantom Menace is that people decided that the show is good or bad based on, you know, this person wrote something, this person said something woke, this person is a dick, whatever, and therefore the show's going to suck. I've been hearing a lot of stuff lately about one of the writers for She-Hulk. And some crap that she said about South Park being a horrible show, right? And it's like, yeah, so she thinks South Park sucks. So what? That has no bearing whatsoever on She-Hulk, except that, okay, She-Hulk's not going to be like South Park.
Right?
I wouldn't expect She-Hulk to be like
You would
South
be
Park.
happy for something like that.
It's like I said in my live stream this morning because this topic came up. I said it then. I says I can comment from season 1 of Discovery. That's it. The rest I say, well, from what I've heard, I don't like it because after season 1, I went, nope, I'm out. I'm
Right
done.
now, there's 4 groups basically doing this, and that's the Phantom Menace and those guys. Kat Walski is teamed up with Trek Central, and they throw streams together. JP from Egotastic and Alec from Axonar often do streams together, and then there's us. So I mean, I'd be glad to have any of those other people to jump on if they wanted to or whatever. And then Midnight's Edge, who does just a bunch of, but they do everything, not just Trek. So.
Right. So yeah, I'm gonna, I will tell you that I know that everybody the popular thing these days for the kids to say seems to be, "I'm not gonna watch it next week," and then they watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And because
WWE fans have been doing that for years.
Yeah, because they know.
Okay, well, I mean, I watch like James Hancock. I don't know if you guys watch him, but he does really great short reviews, and he's been doing it for a while. But he's very solid, and he'll tell you right off the bat. Like, even for Discovery, he got a couple episodes in and he's like, I just can't review this show anymore. I'm just not going to say anything about it. And I'm just going to hold my tongue. And when Picard comes out, now he's doing it because he loves Picard. And he thinks, the plot's worth it. And he's reviewing the show. But he's not like attacking and continuing to review a show that he hates. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, if you hate it so fucking much, why review it?
Right.
I mean,
the answer is simple. You get a lot of views out of it. That's the obvious truth about it. And unfortunately, you get a lot more out of being negative about it than you do about being honest about it. Because let's be real, all of us can acknowledge that like Picard, is it the worst show ever? No. Is it the greatest show ever? No. And because of that, you can't sit there and rave about it and sit there and drop your pants and start spanking it because it's so good. But at the same time, you also can't sit there and rage on it because it's not that bad.
Well, you know what? It made me forget completely about Discovery.
Yeah, it's a hell of a lot better than Discovery.
Completely forget about it. I never even thought about Discovery once while watching it.
I think I may do a live reaction of Picard this week.
What's that, DJ?
I think I may do a live reaction of Picard this week.
What,
So
you mean like while it's airing?
While it's airing, so I don't interfere with everybody else that comes on afterwards to do their reviews.
Well, I mean, like I said, there's like 4 major groups that do it, but I mean, Kat Walski and them, they usually wait till Sunday to do their streams.
Mm-hmm.
Alec and JP are random, but JP does his own channel and he does every episode that comes out.
You talking about Orville?
Yeah, the Egotastic Fun Time, JP.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like at the time that I'm streaming, I know that Nerdrotic does an early morning stream, or at least he has been. Midnight's Edge sometimes.
Mecca all the time. Mecca just does random ass streams everywhere.
Well, Mecca, that's why her name is Mecca Random. She lives up to that name. But Nerdrotic, I can pretty much count on. He's going to be streaming at the same time I am in the morning show. But which I don't care about that, and that's one thing that, because frankly, yeah, I might get, if I'm lucky, I'll get 100, 120 people on the show. Nerdrotic's going to have a couple of thousand.
Yeah, he's at like 2.5K when he streamed. You know what I'm saying? Doomcock, he's like 2-3K. I was like, that is just insane. You know, I couldn't even imagine the insanity of. I mean, that's why they have to do that super chat.
You can't. I don't fault them for not reading regular chats. I've said it a few times because it's there's no way you could keep up
At that volume. No, you can't.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's just
But guys, I gotta log off because due to pain, I've had like 3 hours since the last time I was on a DJ stream.
I understand, Ramon.
So
You're my pain brother. I get you, man.
I'm gonna try for the 50 millionth time to try to get more than 2 hours of sleep. So
ram your head into the wall and maybe
You know,
you'll knock
that
yourself
doesn't
out.
work. Then I have holes in my wall.
Here's the thing, Rambling. I understand that like THC isn't your thing, but you could try good old fashioned alcohol. It does help me.
Oh, all
I
right.
know it's not ideal, but it'll help you sleep a little bit. And I'm just speaking to you as a fellow chronic pain sufferer. All right.
I hear you.
Bird
All
of
right.
Prey, Thomas is pointing out Bird of Prey had 2,200 in his Game of Thrones live stream.
I just want to say good night, Gremlin. I hope you feel better.
Yeah.
200.
Take her
He
easy,
had
folks.
2,200 in his live.
You're
Game of
saying
Thrones.
Bird of Prey had 2,200 people.
Yeah,
Well, this is what gets me. Okay, like
because we were hosting that night.
Are you sure you didn't have 2,200 views?
No, this was during the live reaction. He had 2,200 in it.
I think
Why
you
would we
might have
going?
meant 220.
well,
No,
there's a weird thing out there.
2,200.
There's a weird thing out there I've seen, and I only seen this with the channel called the Popcast. I don't know if you guys know who this
I've
guys
heard
are.
them.
All right, but when they would do their live streams, their streams would stay steady at like 1-2K. Like you could see it like coming into the stream, and it'll tell you that there's 1-2K, but there's only like 40 people in the fucking stream. And I don't know what it was, but every time I would go to their lives, and they put it on slow mo too, they're like, "We got 1,000 people in here, but like 3 people are talking." I mean, it's a weird. I don't know if it's like something you could set up to do, or something that you can make it look like you have people on, more views to attract more people to come into your channel. But I mean, it's like the only time I've seen it that it looks totally suspect. I was like, there's no way fucking 2,000 people are watching. There's only 3 people talking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, so there might be a trick like that or something like that.
Oh
But,
no, the chat was flying by that night. We were
Oh,
trying
was
to
it?
keep up with it. There was like 6 of us in there wrenching that night, and we were having a hell of a time trying to keep up with the chat because it was going so fast.
You
Well,
live
I
in
don't
VFD,
doubt-
you see a car going 60, you think it's going fast.
Well, I mean, Kronos yesterday had a fucking field day because I mean, like, since everybody's wrenched, like, no one, like, everybody's trying to spam the chat, and we had like 4 people in the, shutting him down, and Kronos is like, screw this, and Kronos is just sniping people as they come in. He's sniping people that are legit too. I mean,
He sniped Parker.
he's just like, you get a ban and you get a ban.
I don't care what anybody says about Kronos or the jokes he makes. He is one of the best mods any channel could ever have. I'd say.
Dude, he was killed last night. He's like, this is the most fun I've had in months.
Kronos sniped the author Stephen Walton that was in my chat last night on because he didn't know if he was real or not. And I'm like, whoa, leave him alone.
But yeah, I mean, it was
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
Kronos
you
got a
accused
big day.
Bird of doing it.
Yeah, well,
There was like no fucks given, just like
it's all these things were just like coming up like 300-second lock. I seen Bird's name real quick, and I thought Bird did it. But then I scrolled back and seen it was Kronos did it, and Bird
Yeah,
had
Joseph.
Yeah, I watched the replay. I heard DJ screaming, "Bird, what are you doing?" And you're like, "Oh shit, that was Kronos. Kronos, knock it off."
I was watching the replay this morning.
Yeah, I would love to. It's funny because you think about those kind of numbers, and on the one hand, I would love to have 2,000 people on my streams every night, but because let's be real, you could make a living off of just doing live streams if you were
Absolutely. I mean, that's what Doomcock's on. I mean, dude, when he started going live, I mean, there's chats I've seen he made $600-700 in. People are just like,
easy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Thomas,
I mean, it's like
me.
bro, for real, dude. I mean, it's like every other chat. This guy's 50. This guy's 100. This guy's 300. This guy's fucking like 2,500 rubles. This guy's. I mean, it was ridiculous, dude. I was like, damn, dude. But he's got so many that he's got to do a square up to even
Right.
get to his super chats. He's got to do a whole separate video just to address them. You know what I'm saying? Because at that volume, there's no fucking way, dude. You'd have to be like Data. You know what I'm saying? To even respond and fucking comprehend what the fuck is going on.
I'm not
with
sure
that.
Data
While
can
I'm at it, I would like to thank Captain Trek, Epic Beard, and Kronos for showing up to my radio show today.
Oh, nice.
Now you explain to them clan doesn't mean what they think it means here in the U.S. It's called Cozy Clan.
It was set up because the guy that started the station is Scottish. You're the one that keeps making it out to be something else.
Well, I'm just saying, but
By the way, I brought up the chat and of the screen. So, Mr. Miles, I didn't realize you were chatting me there. So sorry, I wasn't seeing the chat. But yeah, so the Game of Thrones finale was just phenomenal for Bird. That's awesome.
You liked it?
That's how he got so many subs at once, was because of those 2 last episodes of Game of Thrones.
With the live reaction. Well, I guess people are just jumping on just to fucking jump on.
I
But,
still
I mean, if
think
we do a
that
live reaction of Card, do you think we get 2,200 fucking people watching? Probably not.
Well, no, but I'd be happy if I get 25.
trust me, DJ, you'll get there. And
Well, I'm slowly learning how to edit and make videos now. I just have to get with your man, Mr. Miles, because he's going to explain how to run the DaVinci for me a little bit easier.
I gotta thank AT as well for shouting me out tonight on his stream and getting me over 200. Thank you very much, my friend. That is
no problem.
amazing.
Oh, you're gaining on me too damn fast, Sci-Fi. That's
Yeah, I
why
fully gave AT a shout out too.
No,
Shout out night.
but no. Here's the thing. It's all about community. It's all about, you know, we have different opinions. We're going to argue. We can fight, but we can still be friends. That's one thing I got to say. There's this stupid ass troll on Twitter that was trying to stir up some crap about me and Doomcock, and basically saying that Doomcock had unsubbed me because of my dumbass opinions about Picard. He can't believe that, you know, I'm so stupid because how could you possibly think that a supernova could destroy the Romulan Empire, blah, 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 you know, and all this crap. And I, of course, if you saw my live stream, you know the basics, but I tweeted Doomcock and said, what the hell's going on? This is true. And knowing full well, because Doomcock and I have talked all the way back when his channel was tiny, and he was like, I don't know what the hell this is about. And so that, and he happened to be streaming with Nerdrotic at the time. So he said on the stream, you know, I in no way disavowed Anti-Trekker. Yeah, we disagree about Picard, but he's a great guy. And, you know, so then this same idiot today on Twitter puts out a thing because I get a notification on Twitter that says, oh, because I already blocked that conversation. I was done with it. Get a new tweet from this guy saying, Anti-Trekker, how could you possibly say that I said that Doomcock should unsub you or anything? I didn't say it. I said, dude, read your own damn tweet. You know,
The one you deleted like Hillary's emails.
he didn't even delete it. That's the funny thing. I was like, dude, go back and read your tweet where you said that Doomcock unsubbed Anti-Trekker.
Ensign Ricky, can you check private chat real quick, bud? There's a message from number one sci-fi. He has an email address in there for you.
Oh, okay.
Hail Mike and hail author Stephen Walton. Great to see you guys in here tonight.
And Thomas, I know I could mute the dude, but I'm not going to because, you know, just because for the lulls. But that tweet he sent me today, I was just laughing. Because I know exactly why he did it, because here's the thing. Doomcock responded. And Doomcock was like, I don't know what this is about. Why are you doing this? You know, and so the guy was all of a sudden, because, you know, be real, there are some people that follow Doomcock that almost worship the guy, right? And I love Doomcock, but, you know, he's just a dude in a stupid paper mache mask.
Oh, he's a talented dude in a paper mache mask, but he's still a dude.
Yeah. And I would love to hang out with Doomcock in person. He seems like a pretty cool guy. Like I said, I was talking to him back when he had about 5,000 subs. And he So he questioned this guy and like, what the hell's going on? So then he was like, what the, why are you telling him these things? Why are you saying these things? It's like he's trying to pretend that he didn't say anything. And it's like, dude, first of all, if you're going to say that, you should probably delete your tweet first.
So that's where you should always take a screenshot of the tweet in case they do. And then you can show it back to them and say, this is what you said, idiot.
But I don't even care. I mean, here's the thing. Do I need to prove myself to him? No. This guy is just some guy trying to get attention. He's trying to stir up drama to get people to follow him on Twitter. And maybe to subscribe to him on YouTube or whatever he does. I don't even know what the hell he does.
Even Stephen Walton says you're good people, Lanny Trekker.
Well, there's no accounting for taste.
Author Stephen Walton. Hello.
Yeah, I love watching Stephen Walton's stuff because he does really good stuff for the fandom. So, and
Doomcock is a really talented dude, man. He is a multi-instrumentalist. He's a fucking phenomenal singer. Holy shit, that dude could sing. He can sing 3 times better than I can. And
Doomcock?
Doomcock got his one video taken down because he sounded too much like Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, he is phenomenal singer, dude. A phenomenal singer. No
he
doubt.
Is the only person on
He's
YouTube
good at voices,
that I'd rather
too.
have sing my songs other than Piano Dean.
Yeah.
And like Aberjam's got heart, but Aberjam is just an incredibly gifted lyricist. Piano Dean's got raw skill when it comes to music and
Wait, that Sci-Fi Nation song that Aberjam did, that's some good stuff right there.
Oh yeah, Aberjam. But the thing about Aberjam, and I love me some Aberjam, he is so good at writing lyrics. He can just crank them out. Like I hit him up about doing. Someone suggested, Darren Wagner suggested that Mrs. Anti-Trekker sing a parody of the girl from oh gosh, I can never remember the song. The girl from Ipa whatever Jima something.
Ipa
I can never, and everywhere he goes, the people say, "Ooh," that song. So Darren was saying, "Oh, it'd be cool to have Mrs. Anti-Trekker sing a parody of that." I hit up Aberjam about doing lyrics, and he was like, "Oh, okay," and like, bam, within a few hours, he had lyrics for the whole song.
Yeah, I mean, I am not a lyricist, but I mean, I can play pretty much anything. But musically, note-wise, step-wise, guitar, piano, bass, drums. But I suck at writing lyrics, and it's like because I write shit down. I just look at it. I'm like, that is just so fucking cheesy. I guess I'm just so critical.
I can never get that right. Impanema, the girl from Impanina.
Impanina, yeah.
And just real quick, number one sci-fi wants everyone to know. Anyone that wants his email, he would like you to have it. I put it in private chat, so anyone on the panel here that would like that, it is in the private chat here on StreamYard.
Yeah, it'd be cool to take a ride out to Tallahassee or something. I could chill for a while.
Yeah, Aberjam, I tell you, he's got a gift for that. So I think everybody should be hitting up Aberjam to get stuff. But if you start making money off of his songs, kick him back a little bit.
Oh, definitely. Most definitely. He is a talented individual.
And that's why I told Aberjam, and I've told him a couple of times, I think he and Piano Dean need to collaborate a bit because when they did, because they actually, Aberjam and Piano Dean collaborated on the Cheers spoof that I play on all my videos now. And Aberjam and Piano Dean both wrote the lyrics, and then Piano Dean obviously did the performance, and it sounds so freaking good.
I fucking love it. It sounds great.
My thing was, I put that up on my main channel. I took a risk. I put his song on my, I say the main channel, because I am going to create a secondary channel just for stuff like that, just in case. But until I do that, I took a risk, put Aberjam's song up here on the Sci-Fi Nation channel. 0 ID match, whatever you call it, 0 content.
Yeah, the copyright ID.
Yeah, no strikes, no nothing. So, and seeing the work that Rambling Canuck does, as much shit as he gives me, he's a good, solid dude, and I like Rambling Canuck so much. If anyone subscribed to me that's not subscribed to Rambling, please go subscribe to him. The man has talent beyond talent, and especially with editing skills. No offense, Mr. Miles, but Rambling is the one that made my promo video for my watch party, and he made my birthday video. So he does have skills.
I'm not saying Rambling doesn't have skills, but I'm also going to say that I'm sorry, Mr. Miles is in a class by himself when it comes.
Well, right. I'm not going to argue with that. Mr. Miles
The
does.
board videos that Mr. Miles has edited are absolutely phenomenal. I wish I had that kind of skill for editing. And Mr. Miles, I'm not saying this to kiss ass to Mr. Miles. He knows that I won't do that. He and I argue all day long. But he's got incredible talent, an incredible gift for it. And I think that as the community grows, I think Mr. Miles is going to be growing with it. And you're going to be, Mr. Miles, you're going to be a major asset to not just me, but all the people that are growing in the community as time goes on. But yeah, so no offense as far as having anybody else edit, but they just can't compare. Mr. Miles is too freaking good. Sorry.
And there you have it, Mr. Miles, editor extraordinaire.
That's why, he's Mr. Miles' chief engineer for a reason. And by the way, I know people joke about him not having a wrench on my channel, but
he can give himself a wrench and take it back anytime he wants to. I already know.
Mr. Miles actually does have the power to add wrenches on my channel. He has a full managerial access to my channel. So he can do pretty much anything on the channel that I can do. The only thing he can't really do is remove me. And no, I'm not drunk. I'm feeling it. I'm not going to lie. I'm feeling it, but I'm not drunk. But no, seriously. Miles, damn.
And who did Mr. Miles look up to?
But the reason I recruited you, Ensign Ricky, is because I know. I mean, you've got the pipes. I wish that I had. I got to say, when you're speaking into that mic and you're just like, "Hey, everybody, let me tell you about Star Trek from 1969 to 1970." I'm sitting there going, "Damn, I wish I could talk like you, bastard."
Yeah, Mr. Miles is like, you have such a smooth voice. My God,
you have a great. You should be on the radio.
Yeah. I mean, another guy like the Popcast, he's got such a fucking smooth. It's like listening to like Morgan Freeman tell a video. It's like fucking.
well, let me tell you about the Penguins as they march.
He's like, Stargate. Was it a franchise? It's like, damn, you're actually probably can pursue a career in this shit for real.
I don't know. There for a second, Ensign Ricky, you could have done Twilight Zone intros. The way you were talking.
There you go.
Picture, if you will, Ensign Ricky sitting at his computer, thinking that he's simply editing a video, not realizing that he's really editing his own life.
And everybody, number one sci-fi, his email and his Discord is in chat. So if anyone wants to get a hold of him, he's a really great dude. Starting up his own channel, please go subscribe to him. He is really just getting started, so he needs all the support he can get. And he's a really great guy. So please go subscribe to him, show him some support.
Yeah, podcast guys. I forgot their names now, but the one of them does the voiceovers for their videos. They do lives together, but they don't. They haven't really done stuff lately. So I mean, they haven't put out a video every once in a while. They put it. I think the last one they put out was like what to expect in Picard. But their Stargate like anthology thing they had going on was fucking great. They did a good job on it. But as I said, he's just got such a smooth voice, dude. It's like fucking. It's just like it's so soothing. It's like so weird.
So, Ricky, do you ever get concerned about the fact that your username is based on a actual character from Family Guy?
Well, because he's like a one-off 0.2-second character. Not really.
Yeah. I mean, granted, I think that Seth MacFarlane would not give a crap.
Either or, yeah. I mean, like, but I mean, like, he was. They just fucking picked a name. They're like, well, what we gonna name the ensign? Well, let's name him Ensign Ricky. Okay. But yeah, I mean that skit is only. I mean, Ensign Ricky's actually in the episode for like 0.2 seconds.
I'll tell you. I'll bet you that if you ever got a chance to meet Seth, he would record a voiceover for you. Like you're
Right?
listening to Ensign Ricky. You know.
That'd be fucking awesome.
Why did you choose Ensign? Was there too many captains out there?
No, Ensign Ricky was a character in Family Guy.
Yeah, he was a character Family Guy, but I mean, everybody's trying to be Commodore, fucking Captain, fucking everybody. I mean, Commodore Ty, Admiral fucking this, Captain fucking Foley. I mean, like everybody's a fucking Commodore, Captain, Commander, or fucking whatever, dude. I was like, I'm just gonna be fucking Ensign.
I want to be like Miles O'Brien. I am Master Chief.
But you see, you're already in the wrong frame of mind there, sci-fi, because you're thinking
I
Master
know.
Chief.
Well,
I don't want to be a Commodore because they're all crazy MFers.
The
Yeah,
whole
but
point of Ensign Ricky is that he is the guy that everybody else shits on. He's the red.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's like if you haven't seen the actual Seth MacFarlane sketch, it's hilarious. It's just it's a one-off. Yeah, it's a one-off from Family Guy where he says, "Okay, well, you know," where it's like a Star Trek TOS flashback, and he's
it's in the intro of all of my videos.
Kirk is like, "Well, we're going to beam down to the planet, so we'll take myself, Dr. McCoy, Mr. Spock, and Ensign Ricky."
Son of a bitch, way to call me out, Ensign Ricky.
And then Ensign Ricky's like, "Oh
Oh
crap."
crap! Yeah, and that's obviously Peter Griffin's voice, but yeah,
Yeah, but that's all you see of him. That's all. So I was like, "Fuck it, I'll take Ensign Ricky." Plus, it sticks out more. I mean, like, I know so many captains and Commodores. I get them mixed up half the time. You know, it's like
Right.
fucking.
And welcome, Joseph Petrick. How are you?
Hey,
Yost
yo,
was been here a little while.
Yeah,
he was
Yost,
here earlier, wasn't he?
yeah, he's always around. He was in the chat last night.
Well, he's 6 hours ahead of us. It's Wheaties time for him right now.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
had Joseph up
sure.
on the panel last night until work called and he had to make phone calls.
Yeah, he's 6 hours in the future.
But yeah, that's kind of similar to like with as far as being an ensign as opposed to captain or commodore. You know, I chose anti-checker because I didn't want to be like everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, it's different. You know what I'm
Which,
saying?
by the way, thank you for your explanation video because that was driving everybody nuts.
Well, I did say early on, I mean, like 2 months into it, people were asking why I'm calling myself anti-checker, and I said, well, if I hit 10,000, I'll tell you. So there you go.
There was 2,000 anti-trackers.
So what's next coming from you for my channel?
The Admiral video.
Okay.
The
How's that coming?
Admiral video, I guess.
Yeah.
Is what you,
Oh wait, you're a content creator for AT. You're under pressure now.
No, I'm just wondering where he's at
well,
with
this video will actually be pretty fast. But the one after that's probably going to be the animated series, and the one after that's going to be the movies, probably.
Well, how's it going with the Badmirals?
Did you say Badmirals?
I've got all the Admirals written down, but what I have to do now is go through all the Borg episodes. Since the Borg make 34 appearances in Star Trek, I got to go through the episodes that are not combative, where they're not fighting the Borg, as where they just stumble on Borg technology or something and they just call it an appearance because the name was mentioned. But I got to find the episode and then compare those to the 15 episodes, because there's 15 admirals, and those were 15 admirals that were corrupt or fucked up some shit in a way or were bad. And now I got to find the Borg episodes and how many times we actually fought with the Borg compared to that.
Now, are you including any non-admiral flag officers, like say Commodore Decker?
You know what? I might do the Commodores too, because they're up there in the class of their own. So
Well, you know, technically, and I know Darren has talked about this, but a
That's a step
Commodore
down
is
from Admiral.
technically a one-star.
Let me ask you this. I know it's not technically canon, but there is a follow-up episode about Commodore Decker in a fan film.
Well, I mean, it's in TOS, the two admirals were Commodore Decker and Commodore Stoker, Stocker in the Deadly Years, where he's just a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
No, there's actually
Stocker was an idiot, and Decker was crazy.
no.
Yeah,
what
Decker was
what
fucking
I'm talking about? There's an actual Star Trek fan film made by Star Trek New Voyages Phase 2 that did a follow-up with the
Yeah.
actual actor that played Commodore Decker.
But
Oh,
that's not really canon.
It's not alpha canon, but it'd be kind of cool.
It's not
to see
canon at all, sci-fi. I love, the fact that I can't remember the actor's name, but the guy that played Decker was in it. That's cool. But you know what? An actor is a whore that doesn't have sex with you.
Okay, so
Pretty much. Well, I mean, there's
So
three
television
TOS
is
episodes
one
that have
thing.
the same dude that played different admirals. It's like the same dude, but he plays three different admirals. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell because back then they didn't just have the pool to pull from than they do now.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
I would
yeah,
say the best. Now, let me ask you this because you've been looking at the admirals, Henson. Would you say that I tend to think that Nietzschev is probably the most competent admiral in Starfleet?
And I'd say,
absolutely, she is the number one admiral out of them all. I think the next one I think is probably Admiral Forrest from Enterprise. That he dies in the
Yeah, Admiral Forrest was really good. I liked him.
He was a great admiral. But I mean, Ross is a toss-up because Ross allied with Section 31, yet he was a decent admiral. So I mean, I put out Ross on the bad list because of his dealings with Section 31.
Right.
So, but the surprising thing is, the prim and proper happy TNG had the most corrupt admirals.
Mm-hmm. And yet everybody thinks that Picard is not Star Trek because the Admiralty is corrupt.
oh, that's
So,
bullshit.
that theory. And then I'm give a shout out to the good admirals as well. You know, the ones that actually were good as well as like Alana and Forrester. I'm going to definitely shoot them out or shot them out. But I'm also going to compare it to, 8472 and the Kazon episodes, and we'll find out who actually is Starfleet's greatest enemy.
And what do you think? Now, let me ask you this. So, since you've been researching it a little bit, what's the general percentage of good versus bad in the Admiralty?
Out of the list, I'd have to count them all up, but there's like 30 or 40 admirals on the list. So 15 out of like maybe 50, I want to say at most. So 15 out of 50, if you do that percentage, that is at least what we see on screen. Because a lot of these admirals just get named in passing, and you don't see them on screen. It's just like, well, Admiral this told me to do this, and I got assigned here. And it's just a name, so you don't see them. But the actual out of the admirals we actually do see on screen, it's a pretty fucking high percentage.
I have one question. How come we have not seen a Commodore since TOS, but all of a sudden we see one in Picard?
I can tell you that, Sci-Fi. That's pretty simple. It's that the rank of Commodore in the Navy went out of fashion in the 70s.
So did bell bottoms.
And so, well, yeah, but basically what they did was they replaced the Commodore with the 1-star Admiral. And so they're basically the same rank.
Brigadier General.
Yeah, Brigadier Admiral or whatever they call it.
About Admiral Paris, because someone asked about Admiral Paris. And Admiral Paris should be put on the list. But the only reason I didn't put him on the list is because it's a conflict of interest of him being put in the mission to find his own son in the fucking Gamma Quadrant.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, but he wasn't, he got put in charge. Someone put them there. So he didn't take it on himself to do it. He was assigned to the mission. So I can't put him on the list because someone assigned him. It wasn't his decision. It was just like, boom.
And Thomas says, what about Admiral Kirk? Well, Admiral Kirk was probably
He's on the list.
Yeah, he was one of the good ones.
Well, he did some shit too. I mean, the Admiral Kirk stole the fucking starship. So I mean, he's on the list. Janeway's
That's true. He was an admiral when he stole the Enterprise. So.
Yeah.
I know you were
directive. I mean, I got Cisco. Well, Cisco never made it admiral, but I mean, I got like all the main people that were, definitely Janeway. Janeway is 100% on the list.
Admiral Janeway messed with the temporal timeline.
Admiral Janeway probably broke more laws than any other.
Absolutely, and that she's 100% on the list. I mean, I had to put Kirk on the list too because he fucking stole the starship. I mean, look.
This is kind of a military-related question, but AT, you were in the military. Yeah. And there is a difference between a lawful order and a morally
Good morning, Tam.
order that you are allowed to disobey.
Actually, the way that the UCMJ, the Uniform Code of Military Justice, specifically states that you are obligated to disobey an unlawful order.
Exactly. Now, with what Kirk was faced with from what
Admiral Morrow was chief.
No, I'm talking about Admiral Kirk, CIC Starfleet, whatever his name was, Commander Starfleet, whatever they called him in Star Trek 3.
Kirk's time.
In Star Trek 3, that was Admiral Morrow.
Morrow.
Now, the way he put that to Kirk, how do you think Kirk interpreted that? And did Kirk illegally disobey an order?
Kirk did, in fact, disobey a legal order from Admiral Morrow. Kirk was, by the UCMJ, Kirk was in the wrong.
And that's not even counting the time, the temporal fucking shit.
But
I'm not even
forget about any kind of temporal crap. But just looking at the circumstances as they were, Kirk disobeyed a direct order from the CNC of Starfleet for no reason other than the fact that it would benefit himself and his best friend. That is a direct conflict of interest. That is putting your own personal interests ahead of that of Starfleet.
The word, Captain. The word is no.
Yeah.
Orders. I am.
Granted, it made for a great movie. You know, it made for a great movie, a great story, and all that. And we all sympathize with Kirk because we all love Spock so much. But by the book, Kirk was wrong. All right, there was no arguing that Kirk was. And keep in mind that when they at the end of Star Trek IV had to face music for their charges, Kirk, it was absolutely appropriate that Kirk was busted down to captain. That was serious
loyalty when the rest of the bridge crew stepped up and said, if he's facing the music, so are we.
Right, but keep in mind they dropped all the charges against everybody else because Kirk was the only one accused of directly disobeying the commander of Starfleet.
And someone said Sisko should be a Commodore Despaigne. Okay, Sisko is lucky that he didn't live because after the Dominion War, he probably would have been on trial for some serious shit. I don't know. You know, poisoning a planet is not usually kosher to, you know, Starfleet's plans. I don't know.
Oh,
you know,
there's a big brown turd on my screen. What the hell? Me poo.
I think me poo's Don Jaloja.
yeah, I'm interested to see how it all turns out, to see who Starfleet's worst enemy is. Because
Hashtag poo tube.
I'll put the Dominion in there, 8472, the Kazon, and the Borg probably. No other enemies are really worth it. I don't know.
DJ, any thoughts? I mean, you're being pretty quiet over there, but
Well, I'm trying to think what could be a good enemy. And I think he just lists them all because I can't really think of anybody else unless.
Wait,
maybe,
did DJ say he's trying to think?
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
This
that's what that smell is.
yeah, I mean those are the bigger ones. I mean, I picked all the bigger ones. I'm gonna add up.
The only thing I could think of is maybe if the Breen and the Tholians.
But the problem is they're only in like one or two episodes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the thing that after with my brain and the whole Dominion War was the Breen super weapon that just magically rendered all Federation allied ships useless.
The Breen thing was such a disappointment because they tried to make this big deal out of the Breen super technology, and then they were just like, nah, it's not a big deal.
yeah, pretty much.
It's like they came up with like a technobabble fix for it in like half an
I
episode.
mean, I'd love to
It's
see.
kind of like, I'll
Napoleon.
tell you, me and Mrs. Anti-Trekker have been rewatching the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit movies recently.
Oh, hobbits! I wonder why.
Shut up. And the funny thing is, the Hobbit, the Battle of the Five Armies, it's absolutely true that if you watch the Battle of the Five Armies, Thorin Oakenshield, the main dwarf, is basically plagued with dragon sickness that is making him greedy and corrupt and all that. And the way he gets out of that is that he just decides he's done. You know, he just basically says, oh, no, I'm horribly corrupt, and I guess I'm not anymore. So now let's go be a hero. And that's how the movie... And don't get me wrong, I know that that's kind of how the book was written. And so, yeah, there's that.
But with like how the books are written and the movies are done is you're not always going to get the same thing from a movie that you get from a book. You just ain't.
Yeah, that's Ross's. Okay, Ross's actions. Miles is right, completely right. Ross's actions led to the assassination of a Romulan senator. So I mean, like, if you look at it, you know, I mean, I don't know from that perspective. Just, I mean, working with that, but it was a direct result of Ross's interference that Garrick killed that Romulan senator, even though it got them into the war.
Robert Hammer says, Thomas Potts, are you getting hobbititis? Because Thomas
the thing is,
all the Hobbit movies.
But the way that Thorin just magically was cured of dragon sickness is kind of what happened with the Breen super weapon. The Breen super weapon was this ultimate weapon that made Federation starships completely immobile until it wasn't.
Yeah, for like, what was it, like 10 hours minimum till they could restore systems?
Yeah.
And about the same
Auxiliary
effect as,
power?
Tholian Web.
Well, it was basically they discovered that one Klingon ship wasn't affected because it had a slight variance in their warp core garbage.
I would like to see more Tholians. to be honest with you.
Well,
That'd be
that's what Klingon
I want to see
warp
the Tholians
technology.
again, too.
It works, but it is like primitive even compared to like the rest of the powers, the main powers. It's just the way the Klingon technology is just weird, as they say in Star Trek 4. So.
Well, here's the thing. The way I look at the Alpha Quadrant powers is the Klingons are, I know the Klingons have always been something of an allegory for the Soviet Union. But if you look at it, it's like they pump everything. Their entire economy is based on military. And so they don't have the greatest technology, but damn, they got a lot of it. And so
Number one sci-fi, yes. In the very first episode of TNG, he appeared as a Starfleet admiral.
yeah. But anyway, now I lost my train of thought. Where was I?
Sorry.
Allegory, or Klingon.
Oh, the Klingons. Yeah, the Klingons had a buttload of ships, and so basically, while their tech was not superior to the Federation, they could beat them on a war of attrition. The Romulans, on the other hand, had superior technology but inferior numbers.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're offshoot. They're basically Vulcans that said "F you" and your logic and went off on their own. So,
Right.
because
Well,
they
but-
rejected the chasings of Surak. So,
Well, the Romulans, their priority instead of logic was discipline, and that's the thing. Like a lot of people like to write off, and I didn't like this about TNG, and I know I've gotten into fights with lots of people who are big fans of TNG about it, but the fact that the Romulans were always depicted as sneaky and devious in TNG was kind of contrary to what we saw in TOS. The
to
Romulans
be fair, AT, I agree with you on the point. I know what you're going to say, but Star Trek 3, Christopher Lloyd and the Klingons were written for Romulans, not Klingons.
Right. Christopher Lloyd's character was originally a Romulan, but then they changed it, but they forgot to change things like the name of the bird of prey ship.
But you got to admit that made for some great acting from Christopher Lloyd.
Oh, I'm not saying Christopher Lloyd was a horrible choice for.
He was all right, Klingon. I don't know.
I like Christopher Lloyd's Krug. Is he my favorite Klingon? No, Martok is
That's
my
definitely
favorite.
not. Yeah, Martok's probably my favorite. I will say Martok is probably the most.
He's not my favorite Klingon.
Martov's only your favorite because he yells death to Kuroga.
No, you know what? when I told JG that he was the Klingon to me, I meant that. Martok is the absolute living embodiment of what it means to be a good Klingon.
Absolutely, I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, he is the most honorable Klingon we see in all of Star Trek.
And to answer number one sci-fi, it was during the part where he was going through all the different periods of human history, wearing all the different
I
uniforms.
thought he was a captain. I didn't think he was an admiral.
He did show up in an admiral uniform, and Picard said, "Seriously?" He's like, "Oh," and then he went to the captain uniform. He says, "This is better, Mo Capitan."
Okay. I'm not a big fan of Encounter at Farpoint, so
That's the very first episode of Star Trek I ever watched, and my dad was sitting there with me, so I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. If I'm
Mr.
wrong,
Miles wants to know if Martok was more honorable than Worf. I would say yes.
Yes.
but I do want to say, if I'm wrong, please call me out on it. I'm pretty sure he did wear admiral uniform, though.
I don't know. I'd have to go back and rewatch.
But Martok, I mean, he was 100% Klingon. I mean, even when that Cisco blocked that Klingon ship from searching Cassidy H's ship, Martok killed that fucking commander.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he came in and he's just like pissed off because he had to kill a fucking commander, and he just gave the fucking knife to Cisco. And
Right.
Cisco was like, "What do I do with this?" And then he goes to Worf, and
Well, but here's the thing: Martok would not only kill the commander because of something trivial like that, or something that Cisco would consider trivial, but Martok would back down when Nog confronted him with honor, and because Martok viewed honor above physical prowess, Martok viewed honor above all else, and Worf was an honorable Klingon for the most part. But Worf was also willing to compromise his honor a little bit here and there for the good of the Empire.
Thomas Potts brings up a good point, though. I can't think of a dishonorable thing Martok did. What was dishonorable? Telling Worf that what Worf was asking of him was too much because of his position in the Empire, even though he's technically part of the House of Martok. That is as dishonorable as you can get in the Klingon society.
I don't know. Then you look at the House of Quark, right?
Yeah, but then I also say Worf showed a little dishonor by helping get Gowron in the position he did.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Worf was
Plenty of times that
Worf showed
his
Klingon
desire
guile.
of Starfleet above his desire for the Klingon people. And
Worf
there's-
showed Klingon guile. Martok showed Klingon dishonor by denying Worf, even though Worf is already a part of the House of Martok.
I put Gowron up there with the Duras.
Yeah, Garwin he was a crook since TNG.
right. Gowron
Crook
was
himself into fucking being the chancellor or whatever.
Gowron was an example of what the reason that Worf was disillusioned with the Klingons was Gowron.
Mm-hmm.
Gowron is a great example. Gowron, as far as getting Gowron into power, well, basically it boiled down to he wasn't as bad as the Duras.
Yeah, I mean, Picard was pretty much the one that put him there.
But it's like, well, if your choice is Gowron or Duras, yeah, you're going to go with Gowron.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because Duras worked with Romulans.
Right. But if instead of Duras, Martok were in the running, well, that'd be a different story.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad. I mean, Martok should have been the leader from the get-go. But he was following orders from Garwan at the time. So, I mean, while Garwan was still alive, he had no choice but to follow the orders until Worf killed him. You know, I mean, so. But I mean, he was a fucking crook. Garwood was a crook the whole fucking thing, dude. He crooked his way into fucking being chancellor, and he crooked his way into DS9. I don't know. It's just he was not a very honorable dude. I would definitely play some Duras, level Duras.
Hey, Andy Trekker, I'm going to go back to the voyage home. You know, they dropped the charges. Did they ever explain why they dropped against Scotty for sabotaging the Excelsior?
Because that was not actually a specific charge.
Up your shaft.
Notice that if you look at the charges that were brought up against them, the sabotage of the Excelsior was not one of those charges.
Okay, it's been a while since I watched the movie, so I couldn't remember.
Yeah, I gotta watch them all again.
Another thing about that,
But they were charged for example, willful destruction of Federation property, which was the Enterprise, theft of Federation property, which was the Enterprise. Those charges were dropped. The only
another thing,
Go
AT, how can you take like 3 little computer combobulators that stops up the plumbing out of the computer, which any engineer with half a brain could find was missing from a standard diagnostic, and you got to rewrite the entire transwarp program into
Let me ask you this, Sci-Fi.
TNG standard warp? I mean, come on, really?
Wait, no,
Yeah,
no.
Epic brings up a good point too.
If I could get access to your computer right now and remove 3 resistors from the main board.
You'd have to get past about 500 firewalls first, plus my front door.
No. A
Physically.
resistor is a physical object.
Physically remove those transistors.
If I physically remove 3 resistors from the motherboard, you would have a hell of a time finding the problem. And
Oh,
guess
yeah.
what? Your computer would not work at all.
No, it wouldn't work for about half an hour because I got so many damn parts in the spares that it's not funny.
You have resistors lying around?
No, but I got so many motherboards laying around, it ain't funny.
Right. But now imagine that your motherboard is part of a network of computers the size of a small office building.
Well, then that's your dumbass fault for networking
but
so many
that's what-
motherboards
that's what
together
Scotty
in the first place.
And remember, Scotty was captain of engineering on the Excelsior. He had total access to
Yeah,
everything.
I know. He's the one that cluster effed it in the first place.
So
Well,
he helped
I get
design the
that,
damn thing.
but I mean, seriously, like somebody's not gonna see what the heck happened. Really?
What? He just pocketed a couple of minor.
All of a sudden, we get the TNG warp scale. That just, I don't know. For some reason, that doesn't fly with me.
Well, I mean, I think the whole warp transwarp theory was when the transwarp was introduced, it became the new warp.
Mhm. Yeah, I think that the the transwarp experiment of the Excelsior was ultimately successful, and that is why the warp scale was redefined.
That became the new warp scale. But the Epic Beard makes a good point. Another honorable Klingon we see is an Enterprise, Archer's lawyer. That dude was honorable as fuck. He was played by J.G. Hertzler as well.
Yeah.
Yep,
But,
and he even took a smooth head for Archer.
Yeah,
So,
but he was very good. I loved fucking his performance in that.
And that's one of his very little known roles, by the way.
So Mr. Miles actually mentioned it first, before Epic Beard did.
Sorry, Miles.
Mr. Miles always has.
Sorry to discredit you, Mr. Miles.
Mr. Miles always has.
The honor goes to Miles. Hail Karoga. No, wrong answer. But
Yeah, well, another honorable Klingon was the Doctor one from Enterprise also. That
Don't say Chang.
no,
Chang, I would say, was not necessarily. The Chang was misguided.
say it, Thomas.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think Gorkon was more honorable than Chang.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. 100%.
But I think that Chang believed what he was doing was honorable.
And it's funny because it's like how they got him to do it because they recited the Shakespeare.
Mm-hmm.
Have not the chimes
They pulled
rang
him in,
in which we're supposed to believe
yeah,
and
I guess,
other dialogue that I can't remember.
I don't know. Yeah, Roddenberry, I guess, seen him on something doing like reciting Shakespeare in that form, and decided that he would be a good Klingon.
Oh, by
I
the way,
actually-
AT, Bert, to ask you a question. Chang said, you haven't heard Shakespeare until you've heard it in the original Klingon. Does that mean Klingons originated Shakespeare?
No, it means that Chang was rather arrogant.
Well, he was an arrogant arse, but he got his in the end, didn't he?
Right, but he knows damn well that Shakespeare was translated to Klingon.
Curzon was Trill, not a Klingon.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, Curzon was a drill. Although he did have a Klingon blood pact with Kor, Koloth, and Kang.
Blood Oath.
Right.
That Dax.
Which is a pretty badass group to be hanging out with.
Dude, that was, you know what? I fucking love that episode.
And you know what? What made it even more badass is they had the original actors for Koloth and Kang, or not Koloth and Kang, but
All three of them.
Kang and
All
Kor
three of them.
played the original actors that they
Yeah, it
didn't.
was all three. All three.
Oh,
John
was it all three?
Colicos,
Okay, 'cause
William
I know
Campbell.
John Colicos did.
Yeah.
John
And
Colicos,
Kang-
it was all three of them. All three of the originals.
Asara all reprised their roles.
Yeah, that was all three of them right there. And,
And I
like,
still
two of them are
love-
dead now.
I can't remember his name. I can never remember his name, and I feel horrible about it.
Michael Calicos, Michael and Sarah.
Michael.
John Colicos, who is
Colicos.
No, it's Michael as Kang. I love Kang. Up until Martok, Kang was my favorite Klingon.
Kang
Yeah.
also played. He played a role in Buck Rogers. He played what's his name for?
Yeah, he was the
Princess
assistant to Princess Amidala.
Ardala.
Ardala, yeah. Whatever.
Amidala. Princess
I was thinking of Queen Amidala.
Yeah, I was like,
But Kang, in if you look at TOS and the way that Kang was, like even the fact that despite the fact that there was an alien edging them on and Klingons are already hostile,
he was tactical.
well, not only that, but he was willing to give up the fight when he realized it was the right thing to do.
I have one question for the TOS master here. What episode was Koloth in? Because I do not remember an episode
Damn.
Koloth.
Koloth was in trouble with, Trouble with Tribbles.
No,
was
I
it
thought that was John Colicos. Kor.
No, Day of the Dove was one of them. Was Day of the Dove.
Day of the Dove was Kang.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
that was Kang.
the one that were
Kor wait. Kor was the one with the Organians,
Organians.
Errand of Mercy,
Yep.
Aaron of Mercy. That's what it's called.
and Koloth was Trouble with Tribbles.
Tribbles, the garbage scow. Or
Yeah.
Because Jadzia,
Remember, Kirk would walk in, my dear Captain Koloth.
yes, because Jadzia says that Koloth says he always wishes he could have met Captain Kirk in battle,
Right, but they just traded insults.
but they traded insults. Yep.
And you have to remember Campbell also was Trelane.
Yes.
Yeah, he was Sterling too. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they brought back the original actor for Darwin on
Charles Brill.
Trials and Tribulations.
Well,
Charlie
Trials
Brown.
and Tribulations, honestly, is one of my absolute favorite DS9 episodes.
But they brought back the original actor of Darwin. That made it that much.
Yeah, that's Charlie Brill was his name.
Just the
Is
fact
he
that
still around?
that
Yeah, he's still around. I think he's dead now, but he was around when DS9 was going on, obviously.
And number one sci-fi is correcting me. He says Q only appears as an admiral in Hiding Q, but not in Encounter at Firepoint. Well, okay, my friend. Thank you very much. If I'm wrong, you tell me something.
I did a review on Encounter at Farpoint, one of my reviews, and yeah, it goes in there. It explains what Q turns into.
I just
Yeah.
Conquistador, he turns into a three-star general. Then he turns into a Starfleet captain, I believe it is.
yeah, he did all like the uniforms and stuff. I thought that the and number one sci-fi is probably right here, but I'm remembering a point where Q puts on an admiral uniform and Picard looks at him and says, "Are you freaking serious?" And Q puts on the captain's pips and says, "Is this better, Mo Capitan?"
Mi Capitan.
Which is probably the one that has a mariachi band at the end of it, which is the one I'm thinking of, which is the one he's talking about. So,
Yeah. But I want to say Sharmer, as far as talking about John as Baltar in the original BSG.
He was.
Yeah, and I will say this: he was one of the best mustache twirling villains of all time in Battlestar Galactica.
and also when JG was on Trey XNR Comics channel, I had a chance to ask JG a question, and Trey posed it to him. He asked JG about playing alongside John Colicos, and that's a question he does not get asked very often. And he said it was just such a pleasure to work with him because of the guy's background and his training and what he had been in. And not only was he such a wonderful guy to work with, but his training as an actor and classical training, and just such a wonderful guy. That's the kind of stuff I like to hear.
Yeah, Ricardo Montalban was the same way. They loved working with Ricardo, and they made it a point to say when Ricardo when they first started doing the first filming, and he was in character, like I forgot who was directing at the time, like Nicholas Meyer, I believe. But Nicholas Meyer actually was like, "Hey, dude, this is how you need to act." And people were like freaked out, like, "You just don't fucking tell Ricardo Montalban how to act." You know what I'm saying? Like, but Ricardo Montalban pulled him aside. He's like, no, that is absolutely incorrect. I need this man to tell me how I am supposed to act. So I'm going to take this man's advice. So no, this is very helpful to me as an actor. So, I mean, he was very respectful to, the cast, and very enjoyable to work with, as well as trainable, and to have such a huge acting background, I'm saying, and be like such an epic actor and still have that, that personality to where, you could still be trainable and you're not like a super ego. Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Yeah, and you're not being
fucking Scott Bakula. Scott Bakula is the same way. People say when they work with Scott Bakula, he like even helps like the light crews and shit move their shit. Like when everybody packs up, he helps everybody pack up.
That's,
Yeah, too bad Enterprise still didn't do well, but
well, that's not Scott Bakula's fault.
And it was starting to do good. It just got bumped off right
well,
when
season 4. I think season 4 of Enterprise was definitely the best of the bunch, but
absolutely,
it was too little, too late at that point.
Enterprise got the TOS treatment. It got its head chopped off before it even freaking got going.
Well, they finally put someone in charge who fucking loved fucking Star Trek. I mean, Manny Koto was the perfect pick. And if they let Manny Koto run with another 3 seasons, it would have been a fucking great show. It would have been.
That's the problem. Is that and I think that where a lot of these Trek shows, they go into the plan of we're going to do 7 years, and they have we'll take a couple of years to build up our characters to get into it. You don't have that luxury. That was the big problem. Like TOS had to hit the ground running. You didn't have time to let's build up Captain Kirk. Let's build up Mr. Spock. No, it's like first episode, they're fully established. We just go with.
See, the only problem I have with that is you're going by old school TV standards, which is what TOS went by, which is what everything up through Enterprise.
Well, I mean, Trek in general works better when it's, a couple one-offs, then a serial arc, then a couple one-offs, then a serial arc.
Now, if Enterprise,
a mix of both.
Would have been a web, like on a streaming service,
Enterprise
they couldn't like put floodgates up from people subscribing to CBS, even if they wanted to.
Enterprise's problem, though, it was put on stations like UPN.
UPN was the flag,
and not.
Well, I mean, we
everybody
wouldn't have
could
even
get
got
those.
the only reason why we got a season 4 with Enterprise is because Rick Berman, because the studio executives changed and they had no clue what the fuck Star Trek was. So Rick Berman, planned the cliffhanger in the 3rd season, and the studio had no clue because they were that oblivious that Rick Berman had put a cliffhanger in season 3. And since they didn't want to end it on a cliffhanger,
right? That was that World War II one.
had no choice but to give them another 20 episode count. So I mean,
did somebody actually tell them that, hey, by the way, you have to end season 4 with the worst possible episode?
How about this? How about they actually ask the fans and not some little digital
Well,
box
I mean, they
on
explain
somebody's
that.
TV that no one's even paying attention to?
Yeah, they go and explain that the old Voyagers at the time they thought it was a good idea. They played a homage to all the series, and that was the idea. They went, and now in hindsight, Rick Berman's like, it probably wasn't a good idea.
It was a
seriously.
horrible idea.
Not everybody could get UPN at the time when it was out, so not everybody could watch it. And then it got
they
switched
agree.
over.
At least they agree.
Well, yeah, I mean, even UPN leased out Enterprise to the Fox network
Yeah.
by season 2. So
Well, I mean, they said, okay, the new studio, because the reason why Star Trek was pretty much survived was because the people up top, the studio execs, were into it. There was a dude up there, I forgot his name, but his daughter was a mega fan of the show, and he stayed with the fucking company for years. And since his daughter was a mega fan of the fucking show, he fucking let Star Trek go. But when season 3 of Enterprise came, or season 2 of Enterprise actually, that all fucking changed. Those people left. And new management took over up top.
And the only reason TOS went into syndication, if AT is a big a TOS fan as he says he is, it's because of all the fan write-ins to the network.
Well, no, that's why season 3 happened in the first place. But
well, you'll find out why syndication worked and who was in charge of syndication in my video tomorrow when it releases.
Well, today now
when it releases, because I'll tell you.
Yeah, it's almost 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it's going to release in approximately 3 hours and 4 minutes.
So 3 hours, 4 minutes. I'll tell you who is the important dude.
But and by the way, I did watch the video. It's really good. And I mean, granted, being the nerd that I am, most of what you said I already knew. But I think that you organized it in a great way. So as far as what happened with Trek.
Plug myself to AT here. I know I'm just a small time dude. I know.
Well, yeah, you're just a small, yeah, you're nothing. I am the master. What's that?
I know I am in no way a master. I'm just saying, like,
first of all, don't ever say that.
But if you want something from my point of view, let me know. I'll put something together for you.
Well, first of all, let me tell you this, Sci-Fi, and this is true of everybody on this panel and everybody watching this, whether you're a content creator or not. And this is something that we all have a problem with, and we all need to deal with head on right freaking now. Is that no matter how good or how bad somebody is, they're just a freaking human being, same as you. All right.
Exactly.
I don't care if you're talking to Neil deGrasse Tyson. I don't care if you're talking to Donald Trump. I don't care if you're talking to Barack Obama. And I don't care if you're talking to, some great historical figure from the past. A human being is a human being. There's only so much as far as intellectual and physical gifts that a person can have. And you are not that much above or below anybody.
I never said I was. I'm just.
I know, but when you call yourself small time, that's the wrong attitude. You are no more small time than I am.
Anti-Trekker, can I speak? Anti-Trekker, we are so low. But I mean, no, you fucking do great. I think. I don't know.
Yeah. But anyway, here's the thing, though, and as far as the people that I've recruited so far to put content on the Anti-Trekker channel. Now, the reason I picked Ensign Ricky is because I know that he's got the equipment and the ability to put together a polished video. I don't have to sit there and guide him through doing that. And the same is true of pretty much everybody that's putting videos on my channel. I looked at their videos. I'm like, okay, they're ready to try and take it to the next level. Some of them will do great. Some of them won't. Like some I'm disappointed. Like Rock Solid puts together some pretty solid videos. No pun intended, but they're not as popular as say Darren's Submariner videos. But
Darren is an amazing video creator,
right? But that's okay. That's just But this is an opportunity for him to fine tune his stuff to make it better and to get more of an audience and to try and expose himself in a way that he hasn't before. And so, as far as you or DJ or anybody else, if you want to, be able to put stuff on my channel eventually, or just grow your channel, just keep learning what you're learning. And I know you're just getting going, and I know same with that we all have to learn this stuff. Let me tell you, I have been on YouTube for the better probably over 10 years. If you add it all up, all the way back to my original channel, which was just called MJ Crawford. And my MJ Crawford channel was nothing like my King Theist channel, which was nothing like my Rational Roundtable channel, which was nothing like my Untitled Show About Nerdy Stuff channel,
Airport security,
which was nothing like my Anti-Trekker channel, right? And so the Anti-Trekker channel is the first time I broke 3,000 subs. And I've been on YouTube for a very long time before that.
You know what? I've been on YouTube since October.
Mhm.
I just broke 200 tonight, thanks to you. Well, in part to you. But it's amazing. I know people that have been on here for years now that haven't broke 200, and it's just amazing to me the amount of dare I say love, but support in this community that we all support.
But here's the problem. There are a lot of people out there that have some great ideas. That a ton. And I'll tell you, perfect example, Piano Dean, right? Piano Dean's got some great ideas. He's got incredible raw talent, right? But what is his production like? It's absolute crap. It basically, what he does is he sets his phone up and records him playing a set at the bar that he's at. And
Pretty
then
much what I'm on right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have a good DAW, so I mean, like, our good
and I'm not dissing Piano Dean, obviously, because you guys know I worship his skill. He is incredible as far as his musical talent and everything.
You have nothing but good things to say to him every time.
Right. However, as far as his YouTube channel, it's absolute crap because you can't build a YouTube channel off of recording off your iPhone. It's just not going to happen.
Wait, now I did start this channel off a recording off my Android. It can be done.
Well, it can be done, but you're
an iPhone.
But it's not an iPhone, number one. But also, here's the thing: it's not that you don't start with that, right? Like Aberjam. When Aberjam does this music stuff he's been doing that on his freaking phone, right? That's incredible. Wait until Aberjam has a real freaking microphone and he can actually edit his audio and add effects without it being some stupid app that he's got on his phone.
Aberjam even use Audacity? Because if he did...
No, he's using his freaking phone.
Oh,
he's using his phone. 100%.
Everything he does is on his phone right now.
Dude, that's like the same stuff that Vance Major does with his Star Trek fan films. It's like,
right. But here's the thing.
This is Kane's reality. It takes a laptop to make a dance hit.
Yeah. But here's the thing is that you can't be satisfied with that. You can't say, oh, this is good enough.
Have I ever been satisfied with that with any of my videos I've put out?
I don't know. I can't read your mind.
We can't answer that for you. I mean, like.
But my point is that you can't, as long as, here's how you grow your channel. It has nothing. There's no magic formula. There's no, what you do is, number one, whatever you're talking about, make sure it's something you can talk about without getting bored talking about it, right? You don't want to, if you don't care about Star Trek, don't start a Star Trek channel.
You don't want to do a video sounding like this, and this is...
Well, it's not even that. It's because, I've seen people do it. They'll start a channel out, and it might even get some traction and get some growth, but they will burn out so quickly because guess what? If you're talking about something you don't care about, then it's very quickly just going to become a job or a chore.
My very second video was about community.
Right. So number one, you focus on whatever it is you want to talk about. What is it that makes you get up in the morning and want to do something? Don't you dare do a channel about anything that you might be good at but don't care about.
What makes me want to do a channel is science fiction, all forms of it, and the community behind it.
Okay.
Not the BS and this, that, and the third, but the community that brings us all together, that makes us all want to watch the things that we love to watch.
Right.
And be a part of that community.
Right. Once you get to that point, now it's about making content, right? Not just now, live streams are great. I love doing live streams. It's the reason I do live streams at the end of my day is because it helps me get over the crap I've had to deal with that day.
Exactly, and I'm right with you on that. It calms me down.
And so I like finishing the day with a live stream. I've been up way too late tonight, but that's all right. I'll survive. But when you do that, that's fine. But you've got to put out edited videos. You can't just do live streams.
Which I've been slacking on the last month.
Right. Very few channels are successful just doing live streams. It's an extraordinarily rare thing. And so what you want to do is, you can do a live stream for a couple hours every night if you want to, but and you and DJ are both guilty of this sometimes, and I'm not trying to be a jerk, but this is just a fact. You'll do a 6 freaking hour live stream 4 times a week. That is not going to grow your channel. You are never going to grow your channel on live streams. What you've got to do is put out good quality content.
I know, my friend, and I am working.
I'm trying to learn the Resolve so I can start.
I understand, and that's good. But you've got, that's where you got to focus your energy. So what you need to do is, and I had to force myself to do this because a lot of guys that knew me when I first started doing this channel, I was doing 4 or 5 hour live streams on a pretty regular basis, and you need to stop doing that. You need to limit your live stream time to a couple of hours, and that way, after you're done with your live stream, and and I know you guys are going to do this, because as soon as DJ finishes his live stream, Sci-Fi is going to start his live stream, and guess what? DJ's going to come on to Sci-Fi's live stream.
No, I'm going to bed.
No, not really, because I got a shovel in 2 hours, and DJ.
Right, but you guys know what I'm saying. You do this all the time.
Hey, Anti-Trekker.
Yes, sir.
I just sent you the list of players on your Discord.
Oh, thank you, sir. I will check it out. Probably not right now because
you can always change them around if you don't like the ones I made up. So
I'm sure. I'm going to check out your list and probably add a couple to it. Maybe take a couple off, but we'll play around with it and see what we get.
Yeah, I mean, they don't mention right field at all in the skit, so we can always add that in there. But yeah. That's what I got so far, but yeah, we can always change it up if you want to or whatever.
Very cool, my friend.
Anna-Trekker, Cody Drake asks, are there channels you think that are burnout in just treading water?
There's plenty.
Yeah, I mean, there's thousands of them.
There's even channels that have hundreds of thousands of subs that burn out and don't do anything anymore. You know what I'm saying? No one just takes care of it anymore.
And that's the ironic thing, is that you see channels that will literally build up an audience. You see, sometimes you'll see channels with literally millions of subs and they hardly ever put out any content. Why? Because they got burnt out. Because they weren't doing something they really were passionate about. They were doing what they were trying to surf the algorithm. And that's the worst thing to do. I have a personal friend who tried to build a channel, wanted to do it one way, something else was popular, started doing that, and got some more growth, but is really frustrated with what they're doing.
Lori Lord.
I'm not naming names. I'm just saying that I know people that have gone through this. All right. Lore is his own case, right? Lore, yes, it's true. Lore is more of a Star Wars fan than a Star Trek fan, and the reason he
I'm giving him shit. He's a good guy.
But
Lord does that. He's going to school to learn.
He is. He's going to what's that university?
I mean, this is actually probably more of an outlet for him, and actually.
Oh, he's paying his bills with YouTube. That's
he's going to what's that university? The one I see advertised all the time to actually be a filmmaker.
Right. But the thing is that now is your channel always going to be growing? No. I mean, I've had points especially this last year, there were a couple of times where the channel it felt like, oh God, I've been losing 2-3 subs every day for a month. And I'm like thinking it's over. I might as well just quit right now and walk away from it while I still have my dignity. And then a couple of months later, you get a big spurt in growth and everything. And you're like, oh, maybe people actually do like me.
And Cody Drake has a follow-up comment. So I think they grow channels indirectly is what I was trying to say. Like say, for instance, you go into a group that says, hey, sub for sub, let's grow channels, blah, 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 instead of let's grow our channel naturally and organically.
Right. And that's the thing. I know I talk about the nerd community a lot, and I want people to support people in the nerd community, and I genuinely mean that. But yes, sub for sub and crap like that, that's not growth.
No,
That
because
doesn't mean
a lot
anything.
of them will just sub to you to get you to sub back, and then within a day or two, they unsub you anyway because they're not interested in what you're doing.
Well, and even if they do sub, if they're not interested in you, they're not going to watch your videos. And guess what? You're not going to ever get your videos monetized or make any money from subs. The number of subs you have means nothing to YouTube. What matters is views. And so
Views and watch time per video.
right. If you get the views, then YouTube likes you, because then, you know, that's what matters. And so, like, the fact that Nerdrotic has 200,000 subs, that's awesome. But what really matters is that when he does a live stream, he has 2,000 people on, or when he puts out a video, he gets a couple 100,000 views. You know, when I put out a video, I get a couple thousand views. There's a big difference there. But, you know, I applaud his success.
And author Stephen Walton is telling me, dig that, Sci-Fi Nation. There is no point in sub for sub. You need to build a core audience that enjoys your content. Well, thank you, my friend. I do appreciate that. That is what I am trying to do. I am not trying actively to get involved in a sub for sub community. That's not why I created this channel. That's not what I want to do.
And it's not going to get you anywhere.
And it's not going to get me anywhere. I know that. I knew that from the get-go. And that is not what I'm trying to strive for. If I ever came across like that, I'm sorry. There are a few friends that I know that are in a few different communities, and I will communicate with them. However, that is not my intent. That is not how I want to build this channel.
And I'll tell you, like, what I care about, I don't, you know, when and you guys have heard me talk about this on my streams. You know, if somebody is a content creator on my channel, you know, a subscriber, and they say, hey, I put out videos, sure, send me, you know, I'll check it out. I'll subscribe to your channel, but honestly, am I going to watch every video you put out? Probably not. But if your stuff is really good, yeah, and I'm going to talk about it.
And if I may, AT, if you didn't think I was halfway decent at what I was doing, you wouldn't even associate with me or be on a panel with me. That's the way I look at it.
No, it's not a matter of associating with you. It's a matter of would I say, hey, everybody, check out Sci-Fi Nathan's channel?
No, I doubt it. You would not put me out there on your own streams the way you do if you did not think I wasn't trying.
But that's why, like, you know, when I talk about, I get a little ticked off sometimes at people. Like, I understand the frustration with the Phantom Menace. I do. I get it because I've experienced it. But I get a little tired of people saying, oh, this person's an a-hole because they just, you know, no. You know, I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit there and insult Gary at Nerdrotic or Mecha Random or Doomcock just because they said
I disagree with a bunch of them, but I'm not going to, you know, call them names because I disagree with them.
Oh, they believe in rumors and crap. Well, every time, you know, and this is something people never. First of all, Doomcock is a freaking supervillain in a mask. Why are you taking him seriously?
It's a spoof.
And when Mecha or Gary or anybody else is talking about this stuff, at least the people that I associate with generally, they always start out with, this is a rumor, you know, and they don't talk about, they're not the freaking news.
At least I tell you from the get-go, hey, this is a rumor.
Right. Now, do I agree with them? Do I do that? Obviously not. That's not me. But
they're all great people, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're good people.
Good people. That doesn't mean we got to agree with them.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes you become a slave to your creation.
Right. And that's actually, I think, what's happened to a lot of the Phantom Menace is that unfortunately, with a lot of the Phantom Menace, they built up their channels, and some of them have had a huge success, but they built it up based on the idea of attack. And so if they don't attack, nobody's going to watch their video.
Hey, you know what negativity is, AT? It's like the mainstream media. Everything bad in the news makes money.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like, you know, even like you post, like I said, you post something on Facebook. If you post like, I ate tacos today, it was great. It's going to get a lot less traction than if you post, say, fuck Trump on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? What post do you think is going to gather the most attention? You know, I mean, I don't know. It's the controversy, the clickbait. but I said that right now they have created a monster, and right now all they're doing is feeding that fucking monster. And
that's how these channels like Watch Mojo and stuff have become so ridiculously successful.
Oh Jesus, that went out of
Oh, I can't even watch that Watch Mojo crap because I can pick apart every video they do because they have
Right, but here's
no idea what the hell they're talking about.
they've grown to the point where millions of normies think that that's a way to be in touch with nerd culture. You know, they Watch Mojo and others like them. The big mega nerd channels, even though they're not really nerd channels, they're kind of faux nerd channels.
The last time IGN was relevant was 2005.
Right. But here's the thing: these channels are still making millions of dollars, and that's our real enemy, not Doomcock or Nerdrotic. You know, Doomcock or Nerdrotic may be dicks every now and then or say something we don't like, but our real problem is groups like Watch Mojo and IGN and that kind of crap. The people that
And you know what the fuck of it is, sorry, but the fuck of it is, back in the early 2000s, those were the channels you went to for the freaking information you needed.
Right.
Curtis, how's it going?
But here's the problem. So Watch Mojo has how many million subscribers now? And when you get to that level, and think about it, if you have at that level, are the person who owns Watch Mojo, I don't even know who owns Watch Mojo, but does that person really, are they involved in the production of videos at all? Probably not.
No, that
Watch
because
Mojo.
some channels become so big they get corporate attention.
Right.
But when you have corporate
Watch
backing,
Mojo is just somebody write the script for the ones that are voicing the videos to read. That's it.
Yeah,
Right.
basically, it's like Kotaku fucking navigating out their stories to some dude on the other side of the planet. That's a good game. You watch it. You
And
play
the
it.
ultimate goal for any channel, the funny thing is the ultimate goal for any channel is to get that big, but you also don't want to lose what you are.
Yeah, you don't want to be a dink about it either.
Right. Well, like if my channel had 3 million subs or something, whatever Watch Mojo has, you know, would I be making videos? Probably not, to be honest.
You'd have a crew to do it.
Right. But, you know, I would have people like Ensign Ricky and the rest of the people that are making videos now. I'd just be paying them a lot more money.
Would
The
you have
resources.
people that you knew came up in this, that were where you were at,
Right.
do this, that knew they would have your best interest at heart?
But here's what happens with groups like Watch Mojo is they end up following the Hollywood model. And so they hire a writer's room, they hire talent actors. You know, do you really think that any of the people that speak on those channels really give a crap about what they're talking about? No,
It's
they're
all
reading
They become TMZ.
right.
Well,
They're just
yeah,
reading a script and doing their job.
and there's a lot of money involved to where a corporation is going to come in and profit off it. Yeah, it's going to change the whole fucking game. You're probably not going to even fucking care. And chances are you probably sold it to them.
Right.
Fucking did you're going your own way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. But I mean, that's what I would do. I mean, like, fuck yeah. I mean, like, if you had like billions of fucking subs and you didn't want to do it, just fucking sell the channel. You know what I'm saying?
See, I don't want to do that. Like, I would love for if Anti-Checker grew to that kind of size. Honestly, what I would probably obviously still have, I would have the videos would be put up by people like you, Ensign Ricky, but would I? And they have, by the way, Watch Mojo has currently 21.9 million subscribers, but then I would probably still do a live stream once or twice a week. You know,
And they're 20 years old.
Well, I mean, that's you could probably incorporate yourself at that.
right.
You know, I mean,
Welcome Curtis YZ to the chat. Thank you so much for being
Anyway, it is really effing late for me. It's like 3:17 in the morning, and I do have to work tomorrow, so I should be going. It was always, GJ. I know that you've been kind of quiet, but it's fun hanging out with you guys after my streams because just kind of cut loose. Reminds me of the early days of my channel when I only had 15 people in the stream. It's a little more fun because you can actually have a conversation. Yeah. It's crazy. I gotta say, it's absolutely crazy. At 100 people, it's such a difference. You know,
Oh yeah.
I think about like right now.
You know the funny thing? You
Well,
read less
you
chats
could
in
use
this stream than you did on yours.
What's
well,
that?
for the longest time, Anti-Trekker was like, hold 60s, 60s, 50s, 60s, 50s, 60s. Now it's hundreds, 90s, hundreds, 90s, hundreds, 90s.
I know. I'm just saying it's funny. He read less chats on this stream than he did on his own.
Well, that's because it's not my stream. But the it's funny because when 2 years ago, my live streams when I was first doing them, they would have 15, 20 people, and now my streams are averaging about 100. Bird a year ago only had 10, maybe 12 people on his live.
12, because that's about when I joined,
right.
And now he's got about.
Now he's getting 30 to 50
to 30. Yes.
Yeah. And so, and I think that Bird is going to continue to grow. I think because his live streams are so fun. They're weird, but they're fun.
Up.
Bird is so freaking awesome.
Oh, I love this.
I'll put on Bird and I'll play like Overwatch or something and just shoot people.
Bird is so entertaining to listen to. He's got the best comedic timing of anybody on YouTube. I don't care what anybody says. He absolutely, the way when he does Dear Bop, I wish I could do Dear Bop. I wish I could do that.
Did you hear the one tonight when Vance Major, the one for my watch party, sent him a Dear Bop and said, "Dear Bop, I heard you're interested in doing fan films. Would you be interested in playing a part?" Did you hear that one?
Yeah, I saw that one. That was the first one. Well, not counting the Beagle one.
Well, the Beagle one, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'll be fucking sitting here playing, shooting people while listening to Bird, and all of a sudden he'll stop, and I'll just look over at the chat and be like, "Did he fall asleep?" Yeah, he fell asleep.
Yeah. Now, did you? Now, let's see if you can figure out which Dear Bop was from me.
Oh, all the ones that had my name on it.
No, I only sent him one Dear Bop today.
Oh, anonymous tracker?
No, I've never. I don't do anonymous tracker. I don't know who does anonymous tracker, but it's not me. So I was the one that
I was there for the whole thing. I was trying to get ready for Orville Nation's stream, but he was having technical difficulties.
Joseph.
My Dear Bop was the one that said, "I am a sexy Asian woman that happens to believe in Muhammad." And
oh, Thomas Potts! I finally found out who the traitor is. Okay, thank you very much, my friend.
And Mr. Miles, yes, I think I could handle a chat of 1,000. I honestly think I'll handle it better than some of the people that have chats that size, just because of the way that I do live streams.
Midnight's Edge After Dark has 1,000 plus.
I've been on. Here's the thing, though. Every time I've been on a Midnight's Edge stream, they always have a panel, right?
Yeah.
That's what they do. And panel discussions are fun, but they shouldn't be the core of your channel, right? At least
they should not be. It should be
I can see doing
your audience and your subscribers and the people in the chat.
Right.
Well, usually when I'm in Midnight's Edge, he hovers around 300 people.
Well, when on Midnight's Edge After Dark, we usually have 200 to 300 people. But like when I've been on the main channel, it's been like I've been on live streams with as many as about 1,500 on Midnight's Edge.
So you've got two channels.
Yeah, Midnight's Edge has Midnight's Edge After Dark and Midnight's Edge.
Oh, so is it you just wanted to stream or something? Is that what?
Yeah, Midnight's Edge. I don't know why they came up with the 2-channel concept, but Andre, the guy that owns the channel,
I think
Midnight's Edge has like 13,000 subscribers, about the same size as my channel. But Midnight's Edge After Dark, but Midnight's Edge has like 150,000.
I think the After Dark is like the Insomnia stream, like me and DJ and Gremlin connected.
Right.
But it's not quite overnight. It's more late evening.
I see a lot of YouTube splitting the channels now. Those they have their normal channel. They'll have the live channel.
Can absolutely handle a large chat.
I think I can. But we'll find out. Hopefully, But I think it'll be a little different than what you see right now from the big guys, because right now 99% of them, at least every larger stream that I've ever seen, they do the same thing. They either have a panel on every night, or if they are solo, they basically just rant about whatever their topic is for a while and then read super chats.
I know it's not Tom's soundboard, but who's the other dude that has that soundboard? That shit gets annoying. Rob, that freaking soundboard. Seriously?
That's just what he does.
The soundboard up your freaking earth.
I was listening to an Axonar stream yesterday, and fucking Alex Mike. Oh my god, it was like. and he's trying to talk. I'm like,
that's rare for Alec. I'll tell you what. That's very
yeah.
rare.
Oh, I mean, because he had it propped up. I think he was using his phone, and that was the reason why. But he's like, he ran off to do something, and like it was just nothing but straight static for.
Yeah.
Then he come back and be like, "Is it okay, guys?"
If Alec has a bum mic, that's a rare day. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, I think it was a connection. Like he wasn't connected all the way, or something. But I mean, it was just like fucking. It was like ear piercing at some points. Like he's trying to talk, and it's like, dude, you have mass static going on right now.
And Cody Drake's trying to sound like Alexander. Asian women from Ukraine are the correct answer.
Well,
Anyway,
okay.
so I am going to wrap it up because I got to get to bed. But as always, it's fun hanging out with you.
I don't want Mrs. Annie Trekker yelling at me because you went
He's
to
lying. He's actually going to the Steve Shives chat.
Yeah, that's it. Is Steve Shive streaming right now? He's supposed to wait for me. That's son of a bitch.
I don't know. I unsubbed from him like 6 months ago, so I have no idea.
I'll tell you, I actually left a mean comment. I don't know if I'm blocked yet, but I actually started the comment by saying I'm probably going to get blocked for this, but his Saturday Night Live. Did you see his Saturday Night Live video?
Which one?
It was just a few days ago.
No.
He basically said he's done watching Saturday Night Live. And he started talking about how they've lost their edge and all this. And it's like, well, first of all, yeah, Saturday Night Live lost its edge in like 1989.
Yeah, way back
then. You know, I still watch it just because sometimes.
One of my friends was on Saturday Night Live. Cecily Strong. So one of my friends that grew up was on Saturday Night Live. Cecily Strong.
Oh, cool.
I'm 44. Saturday Night Live lost their edge way before 89, folks.
Right. But he was sitting there saying basically that, and this is the laughable thing. If you've watched Saturday Night Live within the last 10 years, try not to crap your pants because this is a serious opinion from someone. The Saturday Night Live is not hard enough on Trump.
Wait, the one that like put an actor on stage with like literal Cheeto dust all over his freaking head.
It's
that Saturday Night Live?
I mean, well, the Saturday Night Live that for the past 3 years, every episode has 50% or more of every episode is dedicated to Trump jokes.
Well, it's basically like you're not pushing the agenda far enough.
Yeah. And it's just when as soon as he said that, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Look, I understand that you may not think they were hard enough on Trump this week, but if you want to say they're not hard enough on Trump, period, they have flat out called Trump evil. They have flat out called Trump the Antichrist. They have flat out said that Trump lies about everything.
The election sketch is great.
The only SNL episode in recent times that wasn't that hard on Trump was with Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, the Eddie Murphy episode.
And we're going through Eddie Murphy's old repertoire.
But here's where I think people like Steve Shives and actually a lot of fans of Saturday Night Live are getting butthurt about the Eddie Murphy thing. Why? Because Eddie Murphy was the highest rated episode of Saturday Night Live in years.
He saved Saturday Night Live for
the episodes where he was on in the freaking early 80s. Come the fuck on, people.
Oh, he saved. No, at that point, before Eddie Murphy had got on SNL, it was starting to go into the fucking dumps.
Right.
He almost single-handedly saved SNL.
Him and Joe Piscopo. And the thing is that, and this is the difference between Saturday Night Live then and Saturday Night Live now. What makes Saturday Night Live under Eddie Murphy great are the characters like Mr. Robinson and Gumby, and then Joe Piscopo's Frank Sinatra.
Neighborhood.
All the characters that they did is what made that show.
Right,
now,
the Mary Lounge singer.
Yeah, but now it's like name a reoccurring character on Saturday Night Live right now.
Church lady.
That was like in the 90s.
The church lady only comes on when he does
Weekend Update with Kevin Nealon.
That was in the 90s.
The only reoccurring character they have on there now is Baldwin when he shows up as Trump.
Right, but that's not but I'm just saying, name any original character on Saturday Night Live that's a reoccurring character right now.
Hans and Franz.
They don't have
it, Ricky.
They don't have one.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's not a theme character.
They don't build characters anymore. They're just
skits. They've always built skits. Hans and Franz. I mean, come on.
I mean,
tell.
like, we saw multiple instances of the church lady. We saw multiple instances of Sprockets. We saw multiple.
Rockets was freaking hilarious.
I mean, we saw multiple. They had like their own mini sketches.
Wayne's World.
serialized. You know, what I'm
That's
saying?
old sci-fi. We're talking recent. None of what you're listing that's all 90s and later.
Well, that's basically when I stopped watching it.
Right. But that's the point, though, the sci-fi is that in the last 5-6 years at least, probably a lot longer than that, there have been no characters that are not since, like, for example, when Kristen Wiig left, right? Kristen Wiig had a few reoccurring characters like Target Lady, right? And
Cecily's got she's got one recurring role in Saturday Night Live, and it's like the dumb girl you meet at the party or the fucking crazy girl you meet at the party.
right, but she's just like a guest on the news. She's not even a sketch character. You
What's
know? The girl you don't want to meet at a party, she's like a guest character on the news. She's not even
a sketch, I think, 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll take the drunk lady to the fucking toilet as long as I get some in the end.
But that's as like close as I can think off the top of my head of recurring sketches.
But that's the problem, is that the show has tanked. The show is absolutely tanked. And it's not because of them not being harsh enough politically. In fact, they're spending too much time on politics, because it used to be like back in the early 90s, Dana Carvey would do George Bush like once or twice a month.
Wouldn't be pretty.
And it was hilarious, but he wouldn't do it every single week, and they wouldn't do it 5 times in one episode, right? It was once or twice a month. Dana Carvey would start out the show with a now announcement for the President of the United States, and it would be hilarious. And then when they got George H.W. Bush to parody himself on Saturday Night Live, that was
son of a bitch. That was
and you know what? All the presidents were good sports with it too. They fucking loved it, except for Trump. Trump kind of got pissed off for a little bit, but I mean, he doesn't even care anymore.
Which is hilarious considering Trump actually hosted Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, he's a reality TV show.
Well, he just got mad because Carrot Top stole his fucking stick.
But the funny thing is, Trump is like the only Republican to get pissy about Saturday Night Live, because in the past, and even Lorne Michaels, who is as liberal as they get, Lorne Michaels would say, you know what? When we make fun of Republican presidents, we get invited to the White House. When we make fun of Democratic presidents, we get cease and desist orders.
Hey, guess who got banned from the White House when he made fun of the president?
Well, I mean, Lorne Michaels is he's a very eccentric dude.
The answer is Johnny Cash.
But I mean, he's run the show since its inception. So I mean,
well, it's his show. But the problem is that, and I assume, I mean, Lauren, I don't know how old Lauren is, but
he's got to be in his fucking late 60s. I swear to God, probably up there now.
Oh, I think he's past that.
Maybe he's probably even touching 80.
But
well, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and log off here.
Good night, Breeze.
You have a great
He's 75.
75 sounds about right.
Good night, Breeze. Thanks for being here.
Have a good one, Night Breeze.
Oh, it's been fun. And hey, Trekker, I just want to say, as a nerd, in the nerd community, thank you for all the support you give the small channels. That's just
oh no, man,
great.
Hey, you guys are the ones throwing me the dollars, so you know what? So least I could do. But no, I honestly thank you for just being there, man. You've been on my live streams for a long ass time, and I appreciate it, because people like you are the only reason I get 100 people. So thank you.
Have a good one.
Hey, Night Breeze, keep putting out those videos that you're doing.
I gotta get a couple more gameplay videos hopefully in the next 2 days. So have fun.
Take care of yourself, Night Breeze.
Just don't make one of you playing with the joystick.
I want to do a game too. I want to do a game video too, but it's going to be of the Outer Worlds, just because
I want to do game videos, but honestly, my arthritis is so bad now that I would suck as bad as Bird of Prey, so there's no point.
I mean, yeah, the only reason I want to do Outer Worlds is because there's a lot of sci-fi in it. I mean, it's if you like Firefly, you like Futurama, there is so many Easter eggs in that game because the people who created it were huge Futurama and Firefly fans. So, I mean, there's a lot of thematic stuff in there that represents that. And the game is hilarious. They did such a good job with the writing. But yeah, I mean, I because it's sci-fi relevant is the only reason I really wanted to say, hey, maybe play this game, because it's a really good game, and it's kind of short, but it's a really fucking good game.
All right, guys. So it is 3:30, so I am going to cut it off now. But thanks again for hanging out with me. Well, I hung out with you, I guess. So,
Hey, AT, number 15.
Number 15. All right, let's see. Number 15. Of course, you're not going to hear anything, but there you go. There's number
You
15.
can share sound.
Huh?
You can share sound. It's streamed.
I could, but I'm not going to.
No, he saves it for his own channel.
I make YouTube go.
Send me the freaking money, buddy. Remember, I'm a greedy bastard.
If you don't know the fucking super chat word for word by now,
All right, guys, have a good one, and see you tomorrow.
Get some sleep.
Good night, bud.
And then there was 4.
What are you gonna do now?
Not too much. I'm not going to be able to last that much longer. I'm getting tired myself. But we'll be here for a little bit.
yeah, I don't get to go to bed till about 9.
I gotta go shovel snow in an hour and a half. So yay!
That's always fun.
Fun with that.
Yeah, that's always tons of fun. I do not miss snow or shoveling.
Didn't get any snow down here out of that last one, so I'm lucky.
Yeah, you missed it. I didn't. It fucking dumped on me.
It all
I've
north of
seen
me.
snow 2 days this whole year, and that's where I tend to keep it.
So I figure if I gotta go shovel, I'm doing it. Cranky as fuck.
I think some of these live streams I'm going to do, though, I'm going to try to start inviting different people up here to have the talks, just to get.
Well,
Wait,
the
that had
Anti-Trucker was
talks. I mean,
basically
you had
taking
one-
over everything as usual. You
You
know?
had the one with the talks all night.
No, but I want to get. All right, Steven, I'll send you a link on.
Mr. Miles, I miss Celebrity Jeopardy.
I'll send it to Twitter.
But yeah, Ensign Ricky, I guess whenever we can get together, because I live close to Jacksonville, and if you're close to
Yeah, I'm in
Destin,
basically Destin, in that area.
okay, yeah, no, so yeah, maybe we can meet halfway, Tallahassee or wherever. Or
Yeah, man. I mean,
whatever.
like I said, I'm a single parent, dude. I mean, I sit here with my kid all day, or I'm at work. So I mean,
Yeah,
pretty much
or if you're ever close to Jacksonville, shoot me a message.
well,
or
yeah, I'll
whatever.
definitely be heading out. I mean, we definitely have to meet up. I definitely want to hit up Anti-Tracker too when I go through, because I fly through Murfreesboro going to Chicago all the time, and I pass him all the time. I definitely want to hit him up one time on the way through. Go grab something to drink or something, Waffle House or whatever the fuck they have out there. I don't know.
And DJ, to be fair, you said you didn't want to come on to my stream because you wanted the word in edgewise, but
Well,
yeah, the person
shit.
on your stream was Anti-Tracker.
I was giving you shit as normal. You got to figure that out.
Dude, it was like a battle royal. You guys can't stream at the same time. You know that.
No, that's why I said fuck it.
All right, Steven, I sent you the link to your Twitter. There he is. He's already here.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hello, Steven.
I just want to say this up to you guys last couple nights, and y'all are great. This is a good show, DJ.
Thank you. It's just we kind of just ramble on.
Ramble on.
We never got into the topic that you want.
Yeah, I mean, like, did we have like a discussion topic at the beginning, and then just fucking went in like 10 different ways?
Yeah, we kind of just forgot about that whole talking about the older TV show. Well, we kind of did since we were talking Star Trek. They were all older.
Yeah, you pulled me right in with the Star Trek talk, guys.
Yeah, we tend to do that a lot. It ends up.
Yeah, I mean, I know a sickening amount of Star Trek knowledge. I don't know, like probably an unhealthy amount.
Do you have your own channel, Ensign, Ricky?
Yeah.
I need. Well, can you?
Yeah, I mean, I got like 20 or so videos up there. But I'm doing content for AT now, so actually my video on his channel gets released tomorrow morning. Actually, in 2 hours from now.
That's badass. What's it on? Can you say?
It's about the fandom, what happened to fandom after this original series canceled up into about 75.
Nice.
So 1969 to 75. I go through all the fanfics, the fanzines, the comics, the naming of the first Enterprise, all that stuff in there. So like a lot of people that were really important to the fandom movement that you don't hear about a lot, I put them in there. So a lot of authors, writers, and stuff like that that really lend a hand and let Trek survive, basically. But then my next series, after that, I'm doing the Admiral video, which is where I've got all the admirals of Starfleet, and I'm going to compare it to see who's actually Starfleet's worst enemy. I'm going to compare all the bad Admiral episodes to all the other enemies of Star Trek, see where they where it ends up. And then after that, I'm doing the animated series, like behind the scenes.
Wow. I am checking out both of those videos. I heard you talking about the Admiral video earlier, and it got me thinking, because one of my arguments about Picard is not the Admirals wouldn't act that way, because my first thought is the Admirals have been dicks pretty much in Star Trek.
Well, I mean, like people, I've said this for a long time too. It's just like people don't realize how many fucking. I mean, admirals are one of Starfleet's biggest enemies. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that's their own admiralty. You know what I'm saying? Like they're the worst enemy. I mean, like
sitting around eating mealworms, man.
Yeah, I mean, when I'm looking at the Borg episodes, there's 34 appearances of the Borg, but not all of those appearances have combat in them. We're actually in conflict. Some of those are like Janeway does an alliance or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. So I got to actually take the episodes that have actual conflict in them and then compare them to the episodes of the admirals and see where the answer lies, because the Borg is going to be the Borg is going to be the only other thing to really compare to it. They're going to be the biggest one. The Dominion didn't get that many episodes. 8472 didn't get that. I'm going to put them in there, but they didn't get that many episodes. Same with the Kazon. They just didn't get a lot of fucking episodes. Maybe the Hydrogen I'll put in there, but
Ensign Ricky, do you have a DSLR mic? What do you have?
The Blue Yeti.
How far away is it from you?
About 2 feet, maybe a foot.
Okay, somebody in chat wanted to know. So
yeah, I got a Yeti mic, like $100. This is not the Yeti Pro though. There's a new one out, but this is the old Yeti. But this one actually went down because the Yeti Pro did come out. But this is the best USB mic you can get. Period. I mean, out of all the ones I've tested that you don't need an interface for, this is probably the best one, I think.
How much does it run?
Right on.
Like $80 now.
Okay.
Yeah, because the new one just came out, the Yeti XL, which is still USB, but it just looks a little sleeker.
Well, I've seen the Yetis that you have to have the actual connections and hookups for, but those are like way expensive. And
well, the Yeti Pro is the XLR version. So if you do want that, you can get the XL. But I mean, if you're going to go, you might as well just get the SMB7.
Right, and plus you got to have the dedicated ports and or queue interrupt requests for it and everything. You got to read.
You need an interface.
BIOS, other bullshit. So,
but the box will run you about $200. But the SMB7 itself is always $400. There is never any fucking discounts on it. I have not seen it anything less than $400 in fucking years. And when it came out, it was like $600. But it went down to $400. But that is by far the best fucking mic you'll probably ever get. But you should, but it's expensive. I mean, you need the interface to run it, the XLR interface. You have to buy a bunch of other shit, the fucking boom stand.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you got to have all the extra.
There's a lot involved.
Yeah.
As where the Yeti, this little arm was $15 and the Yeti was $80. I got it on sale.
Oh, 80 definitely sounds better.
Yeah, but it's the best USB mic I've ever used. Period. I mean, I record music with it. Everything. There's like 4 or 5 settings on it. You can turn it to a stereo setting. So if you want to record music. It actually does a really good fucking job.
I'm using a $10 mic just to talk here on, basic streams. And it is good for what I do, but when I want to upgrade later, I'm looking for something that's going to...
Yeah, I mean, if you're not going to go XLR, if you go XLR, the SMB7. If you're not going to go XLR, get the Yeti. Yeti is just, as I said, right now they're on sale because the Pro is out.
You got me on Twitter?
What's up?
You got me on Twitter?
Yeah, I believe I do.
Okay, DM me the link to that. Or send it to my email. It's in my channel description.
Now you see what happens on this show sometimes. We get into one conversation and a question gets asked and we just zoom off into another direction.
Well, that's why you're the odd one.
What side? You're a J Sci-Fi, right?
Yes. 2 S's.
One of these days, I'm going to do a stream that none of them's going to want to be up on.
Well,
I guess that'll be when you get the
all want to see.
right?
This is a stream we all want to see right here.
Yeah, I'm going to do a Doctor Who stream, and I know none of you were going to.
You want the link?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
DJ, I don't know anything about Doctor Who. I remember seeing it on BBC when I was a little kid, and that's it.
Seriously, Doctor Who is just too scatterbrained for me.
See, I'd be talking more of the older classic Who because this crap they got going now sucks.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what I
that
hear.
that in the old Twilight Zone, obviously.
I actually got the CBS All Access because I'm going to do reviews, and that's why I'm trying to learn this Resolve and stuff. I'm going to do the reviews for the Stand that's coming out.
Mm.
I want to compare it with the original miniseries and how bad they screw it over with this new one because we know CBS just is screwing up everything they put out.
Yeah.
PJ just had an actor a few weeks ago that was in the original Stand miniseries. Can't think of his name though. But
MOON spells moon. That's all I can remember. But, yeah, you know what? I can't wait because I remember I loved the fucking original one, and it was like what? It was 4 parts, right? It was it 4 2-hour parts?
4 2-hour parts on the original.
4 2-hour
And this
parts.
one so far is 10 episodes, probably
Makes
around.
sense. That's close. You figure 12 episodes. So if they can crunch to 10,
Well,
that's a lot.
I still think it's going to go more in one season with just how they've listed certain characters only showing up for like one episode.
Yeah,
When they
so
got-
it was only going to be 10 episodes there.
well, I think Picard's going to cliffhanger too. I just have a feeling.
Me too.
Yeah, for the Stand it says just 10 episodes or whatever.
But when they got Randall Flagg only listed for one episode, that's what makes me think it's going to go more in one season.
Yeah.
But that shit can be. It's not until the show actually. It's give and take the information. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look at IMDb and the show hasn't aired yet, there's all sorts of fucking conflicting shit. You know what I'm saying? You'll see actors that it's because it's not set in stone yet. It hasn't been aired, and they don't want to give it away, kind of. So
Right.
that it could be very incorrect.
It's like Picard. Right now, I'm not super unhappy with the show, but there's just little things I can nitpick on.
Oh yeah,
And
absolutely.
I'm trying not to nitpick on it because it's
Well,
a lot better than Discovery.
It is better than Discovery. I will say that.
Yeah, it made me forget about Discovery, which is a good thing.
But there's still things that just don't make sense to it all.
It's still
Yeah.
episode 4, and
Well-
there's still loose ends to tie up. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
they haven't even got the full crew yet. So
yeah,
I mean,
think this next episode, unfortunately, is going to be a train wreck.
yeah, I think this next episode is gonna be one of them filler episodes.
Oh, the Elfulans living in the big tree. That got me. That got me laughing.
Yeah, they're gonna find out that Maddox is probably not there, and then from
Well,
there.
no, they rescue Maddox.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, because I found out the music from the next episode, and it says that they leave with Maddox or something like that.
Oh,
Let me
okay.
see. I can pull it up real quick.
But the Troy and Riker are going to be episode 6. So
Yeah, this is the music from the next episode. Home movies. Girardi and Maddox leaving with Maddox. Seven Needs Revenge and What's Your Emergency.
Ah.
That's the name of the music. So right there, that gives away, what's going to happen.
Hmm.
Ah.
That's on the Wikipedia side of the of Star Trek Picard. It's if you go down to the music part, it lists there the music.
oh no shit.
And it's numbers 22 through 26 on there, because they just ended with Soji and Eric Waltz, which was the past episode, which was number 21. So yeah, I'm just going in order of what they list there.
Yeah, it makes
so
sense.
right-
Though. It makes absolute sense. Yeah, I never even
So-
thought to look at the musical scoring.
Yeah, it lists it right there. On
Good
the-
job.
If you go to Wikipedia on the Star Trek Picard thing, it lists the music right there. So they giving away stuff in the next episode, starting with
Wow. Yeah,
Sure.
so I guess they do find Maddox. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking Maddox was going to be like, they wouldn't find him there, and then they'd find Troy and Riker, go say hi to them, and then they'd finish the 3 episodes after that.
Hmm.
But I don't
Yeah.
think it's. I think it's going to cliffhang. I don't think it's going to. Like I said, season 2 is already greenlit, and season 2 is probably greenlit before season 1 aired. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, they probably want to make it one big story between both seasons. And Picardo said he's coming back. Then we got Guinan coming back. So
Yeah, so season 5 or episode 5, I should say, is a filler episode where they basically rescue Maddox, then yeah, again we got now Maddox, I guess maybe joins the crew, or else they drop him off wherever else. But
Well, I
again,
wonder if it's going to be the same actor.
yeah, that'd be interesting too.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, you
And
would think it would be.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
they
can't
were
wait to see. Sorry.
so far. So I mean, I'd hope they would.
Well, it's not a spoiler, Cody Drake, because it's on the Star Trek Picard Wikipedia site for the music. So, if they didn't want to spoil that, they shouldn't have posted it on the
I
Wikipedia.
kind of figured that was the next progression of the story anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think it's going to probably end with. You know what? I would love it to end with Q. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Hell
Either
yes.
Q or Sela, like I was saying,
Or someone they haven't mentioned. You know what I'm saying?
or lower.
Someone they're going to bring back that they haven't.
Yeah, lower would be nice.
Yeah. Or it would be good too. I mean,
John?
relevant to the story.
Hell, they might as well throw Vosh in there while he's there.
Vosh,
Boss, right?
she's like 65 fucking, or she got to be like 70 years old now. And she'd be like,
Yeah,
oh, Picard, let's go, Artifact. Honey."
And she's had a kid with him. Yeah.
And that's how the Zot Vosh got their name, right?
Well, I mean, like, yeah, right. She was the very first. You don't think Picard would have fucking thought of something like, hey, that's my ex-girlfriend's fucking clan. You know?
Right. Right.
But our Q's girlfriend now, what the fuck ever she is. She's
Yeah.
traveling universe with Q for Artifact.
You know,
Cute.
they could, if they had
Wait.
John Delancey come back just for a minute, he could solve a lot of issues with just one line. I don't remember everything exactly this way. You know, just
Absolutely.
something. Yeah.
We're gonna Thanos this bitch. All right, you know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, that's fucking. They have the power. The Q have the power.
Yeah.
I mean, they've already mentioned him. At least they gave the Q mention. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? They mentioned the Qtinium. So they mentioned the Gorn Homogeny too. So I mean, it'd be cool to see more Raptor Gorn. But I want to see
Yeah.
them expand the Gorn to because a lot of people weren't fans of the Raptor Gorn in Enterprise. But I think it's like the Raptors are probably only the military wing of Gorn.
Right.
And other dinosaurs they might even be cousins with the Voth. And that's a big thing I always thought because of the Voth and Earth and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they're like dinosaur like. I think they might be distant cousins. But that's just a theory I have. But I mean, it would be cool to see like other Gorn, like say like a Triceratops Gorn or a certain class of Gorn. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
Yeah. Dig it, man. Yeah. Why not? They already opened the door in Enterprise by changing it.
and the Tholians. I definitely want to see more Tholians, just because they're all CG, and I just like watching little fire creatures run around and shit.
That was probably one of the coolest Enterprise episodes. Was when the mirror universe where they had the Tholian trapped.
Oh, that was awesome. Flax
I
was like,
love
"Why
that.
don't you die? Just die already. You know, I was like, Flax, evil Flax. But yeah, it was good shit, man. I fucking loved it.
Well, I liked seeing Hugh. What did you think of seeing Hugh in Picard?
I think he did a great job.
Yeah.
You know, and it's cool that the scar where he had his face, you know, the organ plant is perfect. You can
Mhm.
see almost perfectly where the stuff was taken apart and his fake eye was put in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, they did the makeup really well. I mean, it's very believable.
I liked that. I liked his storyline is one of the things that I'm 100% on board with. That I just the progression of his character from when we last saw Hugh.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, trying to find the way for his people, and now he's in this situation doing what he's doing. So yeah, I like him. I hope to see more of him.
Yeah, I mean, he's like I said, I was surprised that they actually brought back Jonathan Dahlgren. But I thought he did a great job.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it was the fucking. I love the series so far, and people are like it's slow. I don't feel that it's slow. I mean, there's little things here and there that don't make sense, like little nitpicky things. But I mean, other than that, the fucking show is fucking solid, dude. I mean, it's like it's been a good roller coaster ride for me. I don't know. I mean, way better than sitting through every episode of season 2 Discovery. You know what I'm saying? It's like if Pike wasn't in the scene, I was just like, man, this is trash. You know what I mean?
I feel you. I'm probably on the opposite of the spectrum with Picard, where I'm struggling to find things that I like. But the things that I do like, I get to enjoy. You know what I really did like was seeing the Romulan bird of prey, the classic.
I like the Romulan culture, how much we're getting to know about the Romulans, just because like they were always the secretive species. I mean, like this has opened up the Romulans culture more than any other Star Trek in like 3 episodes.
I love the Bird of Prey, but that is one point that I had to nitpick on is all the freaking lights all over it. I had to nitpick that little piece because there's just too many damn little glowing lights all over that ship.
Well, that's to make it purdy.
Yeah, it was pretty. And the armor. The armor.
It looks good. It looks good.
Prey, though, is supposed to be more stealthy to sneak up, so they wouldn't have all them lights all
So
over.
they can fire the plasma torpedo.
Well, at least they got rid of the plasma.
Yeah, that was pretty much a one-off.
I loved it. No, I loved seeing it. I thought that I didn't mind them the way they kind of updated it. I could have nitpicked, I guess, but I just, like I said, like I'm looking for things to like, and so that just stood out to me because I love the original design. Like, I grew up on that. My dad brought me up on that.
And it absolutely put the Bird of Prey Romulan in canon.
Well, I mean, like just even the writing as a whole, the writing is 100 times better. It's not perfect. It's like 80% Trek, but it's better than like Discovery's 25% Trek.
It is better than Discovery.
Yeah, like
25%.
I mean, like those the way they were writing there, I was just like, God, do you guys even write sci-fi? And then you look at their credentials and you find out, no, they haven't wrote sci-fi.
Well, the thing about Discovery is that if it wasn't Star Trek, if it was something else, it would be a decent sci-fi show.
Absolutely. If it didn't carry the damn fucking Star Trek bag.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I do.
I'll probably same with Discovery too, really. If it
Well,
didn't
yeah,
have Star Trek in the
we're
front.
talking about Discovery.
Yeah.
But but Discovery would have been a great show if it didn't have Star Trek in the name. And it's true. It would. It'd be a pretty decent show.
Yeah, it'd be a pretty decent, I would say. Yeah.
Silver wants a Christopher Pike series.
I do too. Fuck yeah. I mean, that's the only thing I fucking liked out of Discovery. God, they did Anson Mount fucking played
Anson Mount killed it. Yeah.
Fucking killed it, dude. I mean, I would definitely watch him lead a series 100%. I don't care who the fuck's on the ship with him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, but I think they should. And I think that's probably going to be one of the ones in the works because so many people are requesting it.
Yeah, but they gotta stop making the Starship so OP in these series. Come on, look at season 2 of Discovery. They had freaking little bots coming out fighting, and they had like.
Well, I mean, that's the problem with Star Trek in the general, because in Star Trek we start out OP, so we have to write things around it to make it less OP or something malfunction, so we don't have the full power of the potential of Star Trek. Because I mean, we start out with teleporters, we start out with fucking photon torpedoes, replicators, we start out with all that shit pretty much. Mm-hmm. And is where like other franchises like Stargate, like you said, Stargate, they started out with Swiss Family Robinson and P-90s. That's what they started out with. And around season 8, they finally get spaceships. But there was a progression up into that point to where they became that powerful. It wasn't like they were fucking powerful right off the bat, like, oh, we got starships, bitch. We got fucking 80 planets behind us, It didn't start out like that. But I mean, eventually it became that, as where it was easier to write for, SG-1 getting their ass whipped for 8 seasons because fucking they were just inferior to everything it was in the fucking sky. You know what I'm saying?
You look at Discovery, and they basically turned every damn starship into a TARDIS because they crammed so much shit inside that physically couldn't absolutely be there.
Well, I mean, it's not that. I mean, the biggest thing in Discovery that kills me is Michael Burnham's character. All right, when you write a lead, they've got to be flawed in some way. Okay, there's got to be something they have to overcome. There's got to be some sort of drama fucking element there. All right, Michael Burnham can outscience the science officer. She can out captain the captain. She can out fucking the security officer. She can fucking she didn't even fucking need anybody in the show. They could just make it about her and she would win. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the only problem. She has no. And the whole second season, they're like, we made Michael too strong. So she cries the whole fucking second season, all the way through. Like, she's not strong anymore. She's not this bitch that's taking on 30 armed guards in the Emperor's fucking room. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is some fucking crying ass bitch that's just fucking floating through the series now. It's like, we have to shine on other characters. Well, good. You should have done that in the first season. I went to Memory fucking Alpha, and Memory Alpha didn't even have the fucking names for all the fucking people in the first season on the bridge.
Sci-Fi Nation's gonna go.
There's a fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, Memory Alpha has fucking everything.
And Yosef wants to come up.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Yosef's awesome.
I'm trying to figure out where to send the link for Yosef.
And I like Doug Jones, too.
He's amazing.
He is
He's
amazing.
fucking great. He's the best character on the fucking show.
Yep. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
I mean, people are like, oh, this Starfleet, this person's Starfleet. The only fucking person on Discovery that's 100% Starfleet is fucking Saru.
Yep.
He is
Yeah, I know.
literally the epitome of fucking Starfleet on Discovery. None of these other fucking people are Starfleet, but Saru is 100 fucking percent Starfleet, and he's a great captain. And I'd watch a show with fucking Saru.
Yeah,
But
check Discord. I sent you the link there.
I mean, like, seriously, because I mean, it's just that they made Michael Burnham too strong off the bat, and like I said, it was Alex Kurtzman. Alex Kurtzman didn't know how to write Trek. He wrote the fucking movies. But Brian Fuller, when he came in, knew how to write Trek. And Brian Fuller left in episode 3 of the first season to do American Gods. And that fucked everything because then we had no one on the fucking team that knew how to write a fucking Star Trek episode. So it doesn't matter. They were like, oh, they'll love it if we put this Gorn in here, even though we haven't met a Gorn yet in the prime timeline yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, good, we put these tribbles in this office. Well, we haven't even been introduced to tribbles yet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, man.
But I mean, that was the big fucking problem. They just had no fucking clue what they were doing.
Let's put these Klingons in that shave their head in battle.
Works, please don't.
Oh, I mean, that was just fucking horrible in itself. That's like, where's the boastful Klingon attitude? Where's the song? They all fucking break out in song. They all have a fucking certain attitude. But I mean, like, literally, the Discovery Klingons were like statues that stood still and were like,
right.
And then they look over to another one who's just standing there doing nothing, like, and I was like, that was all no action, just fucking statues, dude. It's like, what the fuck, dude? I mean, Klingons and every other Star Trek, they're fucking running around, they're boastful, they're in your face. You know what I'm saying? They're not quiet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I love Klingons, man. I was just so disappointed. Like I want to see Chancellor Martok. I want to see Worf. I want to see Gowron. I want to see, Duras sisters. Those types of Klingons. I want to see Grilka. Grilka from DS9. It was married.
Grilka was fucking awesome.
She was
the best Klingon. Period. The female.
Yes.
Klingon, at least.
Yeah, absolutely.
Grilka and Martok's wife. Martok's wife was a bitch.
Oh yes, she was. Isn't she magnificent?
Yeah.
But somebody had to put Dex in place.
I've said it already.
She did a great job.
I would have never had to ask a Klingon woman twice. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
She was fucking brutal. You know what I'm saying? But Grilka is by far I think she's the best female Klingon by far.
My favorite.
Because she took matters into her own hands. She was like, well, fuck it. I got to make this house survive. I'm going to fucking do this shit. Just go kidnap Quark. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But both those episodes are so great, dude. They're so fucking great.
They're two of my favorite episodes in DS9.
I mean, what Quark has got the whole Klingon council reading fucking papers, and they're all confused. And they're looking through like ledgers and shit, and they're like,
oh man,
the whole fucking council. I was just like, oh man, this is fucking great.
That's my Star Trek.
That is. I mean, totally. I mean, as I said, that's why I love DS9. DS9 just had the best actors, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, it was. It's my
best
favorite
actors and best writers. And that writing room is legendary. Everyone in that writing room has their own series or has made multiple series. So, I mean, but it's you'll probably never, ever have that amount of talent in a writing room again. You know what I'm saying? It's probably not very likely.
I'd hope so.
Yeah. But I mean, like, there were just so many fucking good people on it. I mean, they had the best of the best. And then Voyager kind of got shafted. I mean, Voyager had some decent writers, but every other Star Trek went through so many more writers than DS9. DS9 had a really strong core that stayed pretty much the whole thing. A couple people left, a couple people came. It wasn't like Voyager where like 5 people would leave and 5 people came. You know what I'm saying? But it was a very tight room. That's why I think DS9 just came out as a better product. I don't know.
Well, you probably don't hear the universal translator there, Silver, because sometimes it's supposed to be just interaction between another species.
Well, I mean, look, I think my theory is you can turn the universal translator on and off at will.
Yeah.
Because there are times where the Klingons are just like, they just fucking want to speak Klingon. You know what I'm saying? Especially when there's humans around. You know what I'm saying? That they don't think. Unless you have someone like Eric, I don't think Odo's mother would appreciate. That was another.
In the modern Trek, there were like two different things where we got the taste of the universal translator, how it works. I could start, for example, speaking Slovak right now, and nobody would understand me, right? But the funny thing is, when you look at Star Trek Beyond, basically the chick that came in the beginning, and she spoke in a foreign language, and the universal translator was translating over her own voice.
Yeah, and
if you
Discovery
remember it.
did that. The first Discovery Universal TV.
And in Discovery was the second time when they discovered the sphere, the ancient sphere. It scrambled all the languages and everything, and the only one who could communicate there was Saru, because he spoke like, I don't know how many languages, as they mentioned it. I don't know, it was like 100 or something.
Yeah, he's up there. It's like the Hoshi solo.
Yeah, that's why I
So-
appreciated Enterprise, because they had Hoshi there that was trying to learn all these languages as they went along.
And she did. 100%. Hoshi is still considered like the best linguist in Starfleet ever existed. Like, I don't know. She was the designer of the UT.
Yeah, in the episode Shoreleaf, was it? I think when they went to Risa, and she was the only one who had actually a good weekend.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he's actually talking to the dude. The dude's like, "You're very good at my language." She's like, just pick it up, you know.
You are skilled with your tongue.
Yeah.
Okay, let's show.
I mean, that's where Hoshi got some.
Really good with that tongue.
Hoshi got some. But yeah, that was a good one. I like the little Hoshi, and she was the fucking one that scared shitless too, which was, I think, a good for her character arc. I mean, it made
And the actress was actually really young during Enterprise, because she is now something like 40 something.
yeah. She was. Well, I mean, it's there's two parks that are Asians that are in sci-fi. So I mean, so Linda Park, and I forgot the other one that was on Grace Park. Yeah,
Grace Park.
yeah. They're both gorgeous, and they're both still look young as fuck. As that Asian thing. I mean, like, it's like I had a friend that was like 40 when I was like 15. He was Filipino, but the dude looked like he was 20 fucking years old, just because they age. You can't fucking tell. You can't tell if they're 15 or 40. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Steven, you became way more attractive.
That's Grace Park. We talked about one of my future ex-wives. I had to bring her up.
yeah, there she is. That gorgeous
lady.
One of the best parts of Battlestar Galactica.
Oh yes, definitely one of the best parts of Battlestar Galactica.
Yes, that was a good show. I'm reviewing that right now. Supreme Heretic. If we're doing retro reviews,
Oh, nice.
Before the upcoming new series that's coming out. Hopefully,
Yeah, I mean, I watched Caprica, and Caprica was like,
yeah.
but I mean, Battlestar Galactica was fucking phenomenal. That was Ronald D. Moore's. That's what he wanted to do with Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
Since I'm called the James Bond villain here.
Trevelyan? That's Trevelyan.
No,
Joseph
it's
is our
Le
Oh, okay.
Chiffre. That's from Casino Royale, the guy. And Hannibal. He played
I always
Hannibal
said
as well.
Trevelyan from GoldenEye, like the Bond villain.
Then, of course, we got that damn Baby Yoda up there at the top.
Dude, Baby Yoda is the
Oh, Baby Yoda's adorable.
No, Baby Groot's better.
Baby Jabba was cuter than both of them.
Well, yeah.
baby Jabba, but they kind of took the face from the dinosaur baby, the Baby and the Dinosaurs TV show, and kind of incorporated into it. And they're like, Baby Jabba. I was like, oh my god, this thing is just so adorable. Just so fucking adorable. And my friend was like, dude, this is what you need to do. It's like, since we're good at Photoshop, all right, I want you to Photoshop like a baby carriage, right? And it's going to have Baby Yoda on one side and Baby Groot on the other side. And I want you to have Keanu Reeves pushing the cart. I'm like, I guess that would be a pretty fucking epic picture, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But it was just weird. It's a weird request. I was like, what do you think of this?
You don't like Baby VJ?
Yo,
You don't like Baby Yoda?
I like Baby Groot better.
Baby Groot grew
I've
up and
never
became
seen
a
The
big
Mandalorian.
teenager.
Because I was never. I mean, I'm not a huge
Yeah, Baby Yoda's going to grow up to be a senile
900-year-old fuck.
beats on you with a stick.
But he's going to take forever to grow up. He's going to be a baby.
900 years at
He's
least.
the 50-year-old virgin.
So you got 850 years left
At least 850.
before he becomes one with the Force.
Yeah.
Before you Force ghost yourself.
But it's
Like,
weird
what-
that they made the Baby Yoda 50-year-old.
It's like I just never understood. It's like, at what time do you decide to Force ghost yourself? I mean, when you become a Jedi, because they don't live forever. So it's like, oh, it's time.
I still got a theory. Baby Yoda isn't as young as he's portraying. I think he's actually more of an adolescent that's just pretending to be a baby, just
I
like
hope so.
Yoda pretended to be something he wasn't.
I just
Well, yeah.
wish they fucking named the goddamn species already.
It's Baby Yoda. It's
Exactly.
Baby Yoda, Anthony Ricky.
The
That's what it is.
species has a name. The species has a name, but I don't know the name. I'm not that into Star Wars. I watched the movies,
They've
but
never mentioned
What I heard about was like George
They've never mentioned it.
never wanted to give the species a name.
Gonna answer
probably in the
Baby
beta
Yoda
canon
is
somewhere.
not Yoda.
Yeah,
the
they've
species
never
can't be
mentioned his
Yoda.
species.
I mean, let's they're all named Yoda. It's like, hey Yoda, it's like the Q. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. It's
We
the
can
Yoda.
definitely answer this one for Silver. Baby Yoda is not the actual Yoda.
No,
No,
he
he's
is not
not
because
No.
I think Mandalorian is after episode 6, right?
5
Yeah.
years after ROTJ or something.
yeah, but it's way after, so it's definitely not Yoda.
And it's not a reincarnated Yoda or something, or not something like this.
Did anybody
Not
watch?
because the timelines don't fit.
And it's
Yeah,
not the love child of Yoda and Yaddle or whatever her name was either.
Did you watch? Did anybody watch how Rise of Skywalker should have ended? Someone did the cartoon skit.
No, I should have by now.
Oh
And I
God,
haven't.
it is so fucking hilarious because it's like she pulls up all the Force ghosts in it, and the Emperor's like, "If you strike me down, I will, inhabit you," and blah blah
Right.
blah blah. He's like, "Well, I'm not going to strike you down," and then all the Force ghosts come up, and she starts giving them lightsabers one by one. Looks down at Yoda, she's like, "You don't need one," and they just go whip his ass.
That's great. That's
I was
great.
like, yeah, it makes so much sense. She's like, and that was based on the fact that Luke could hold the lightsaber and fucking. She's like, wait, you
Uh-huh.
can do this and this. She's like, I got an idea. So she calls every Force ghost and starts giving them lightsabers one by one.
I simply hope that there will be something like a director's cut, 30 minutes longer, with all the cutout scenes from the movie on a Blu-ray.
Like the Hayden
because,
Christensen scenes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because there are like lots of scenes that were cut out of the movie, so definitely there should be a JJ cut.
Yeah, there's always usually a JJ cut. So I mean, most of those movies have extra shit put in that but most movies are like that. I mean, there's always bloopers. There's always extra shit that didn't fit.
No, you don't need a goatee. We're just the mirror universe.
You gotta change your picture, Joseph, to someone with a goatee.
Go old
Oh, yeah, Mirror Universe Spock.
Anthony
Yeah.
A.
I love Mirror Universe Spock.
Master.
Unfortunately, he gets the whole Terran Empire killed.
Yeah. Well, he did. He wanted, to push through those provisions,
Yeah,
change everything.
it's a different world over there. That's for fucking sure. But now that brings up the big point because everybody in fucking Picard now is saying that the Admiral is from the Mirror Universe because she's wearing sunglasses.
No, that's ridiculous. Really, someone said that?
Dude, I tell him leave Danielson's girlfriend alone, dude. Not even the Crane kid helped him in that fight.
Look, I love that actress, and I'm having fun with that character. I think the elf ears and the sunglasses scene was a bit much, and I had to laugh at it. But
It's a lot of points.
but in that first episode, we were introduced to Commodore O. she was bitch. She had that haughty elitist kind of feel that the old Vulcans did, you know, and I enjoyed that. I thought it was a good representation.
Yeah, I mean, the last time I seen the actress was next to Danielson in Karate Kid 3.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, I was like, people are on the fucking Facebook page. I was like, you leave Danielson's girlfriend alone.
Right.
Not even the crane kick helped him in that fight. He looked like this, so she could join Starfleet.
No, I thought she did a good job. I just that one scene at the Daystrom Institute that was
yeah, the sunglasses scene. It was like, this doesn't look fucking suspicious. You know, I'm like, let's not arouse suspicion. Okay, well, that is one fucking surefire way to fucking arouse suspicion.
Right. Oh man. You know what I like? I do like this ship. What is the name of that ship? I can never.
La Serena.
What is it called?
The La Serena.
La Serena. I can never.
Okay,
remember.
Black Mountain
It's good.
Station ass. Is Picard good? No spoilers.
You're gonna get two answers here. Go ahead, Ensign.
You're gonna get two answers because some of us feel that it's pretty decent.
It's not the worst Star Trek, and it's not the best Star Trek, but it is better than anything we are currently getting. 100%.
And then, of course, Steven's answer.
Well, I can't really disagree with that. It is better than anything CBS All Access has put out up until this point. Discovery is an abomination. If you are a casual fan, you will enjoy this, I think. If you are somebody who is already upset because with CBS and Kurtzman because of Discovery, and you are nitpicking through it, you will not be pleased.
Yeah.
But as a general science fiction show, it's okay. If it again, it's the same thing that I feel about Discovery. If it didn't have the name Star Trek on it, I'd be able to enjoy it a lot more. But up until this point, they don't know what Klingons are, and now they don't know what Romulans are. We have Humulans, and we have Elfulans, and we have O-Romulans, and that's really upsetting to me personally because it compounds the disappointment that I've already had over the Klingorks. So that's where I'm coming from. Give it a watch. Definitely give it a watch. I mean, it's not boring by a long shot.
Yeah, I mean, people are saying it's slow. That's the big thing. It's slow, and it's not.
No,
It doesn't feel slow to me.
No. It's intriguing. I mean, it's definitely fast. It's fast paced. How can it be slow when it's a fast paced show?
No, there were talks that it's slow because people are comparing it to Discovery, that is basically frantically cut together, and they are not only like jumps between scenes, but there are like logical jumps and leaps that don't work on Discovery. Where Picard, I think, is outlined pretty well. This is the problem that we had on Discovery actually in season 2 when they changed the mid-season the showrunners, and they probably didn't have all the scripts written. And we had the same problem with season 1 where it was like 14 episodes, but they were planning for 12 episodes, and then they added like the 2 episodes at the end somehow. And this created a little bit disjointed mess because actually the season could have ended after they came back from the mirror universe.
Absolutely.
Yeah? And it would be a cliffhanger for season 2, and they could basically stick their heads together and come up with some different way how to address. Yeah, you wanted a goat. I just went with the goat. Yeah. So how they wanted to address the whole Klingon war, because the war was just plain stupid, and actually how they resolved everything at the end was so quickly patched together that it made no sense with the bomb, with the what's the Orion planet or the Orion colony on Kronos. Yes, that was.
I don't think they gave it a name, but I was just saying this is an Orion run place.
It was Kronos. It was Kronos where they landed. It was Kronos, and it was like an Orion colony there.
Yeah, but I don't think they gave the colony a name. That's what I'm saying. I don't think there was an actual name for it. It was just
they just sport jumped into a cave. Yeah. Sport Jump.
And just think about the Orions must be pretty damn tough. Have a colony on Quanos of all places. Can you imagine how tough of a species you need to be to be able to colonize?
Yeah, they're a syndicate, so they're everywhere. So I mean, they got their hands in everything. But the Orions are, all legal traders.
Right.
But that's been the thing throughout all of Trek. But
right,
the new Orions, they do them great. Discovery, or not even Discovery, the short treks actually. The Escape Artist, which is probably my favorite short trek, the Harry Mudd one. Well, that fucking Orion girl is fucking hot, dude. I mean, like they did. Someone in the office got the cue on the Orion girl.
Okay, really quick for Black Mountain. If Discovery was not a Star Trek show, it'd be a fair sci-fi series.
Yes.
For Enterprise,
Absolutely.
Enterprise season 1 and 2, little slow but decent. Seasons 3 and 4 were right where it was starting to kick a good stride.
Yes.
And becoming great. And then it ended with
Yeah.
a horrible ending show.
Yeah, all good things. Or it was These Are the Voyages. I think.
Man,
These are the Voyages, yeah.
If Enterprise had been given just one more season, it would have went for another 3 or 4. Because it was just hitting their stride.
Well, I mean, that's what I said. The executives changed over, and that was done after that point because they were making like ridiculous demands. They were like, "Well, can we put a boy band in the mess hall?
No,
like
no.
like a '90s or whatever at that time was a boy band, a 2000s boy band." And they're like, "Hey, can you get rid of T'Pol's ears? She looks so much cuter without them." And these are the requests.
What?
Yeah, these are the requests the studio execs would make down to Rick Berman. And he'd have to be like, dude, we're just... So basically, he's like, one out of every 50 requests that came down from the studio, we might have said yes and did. But he's like, these things were fucking insane, but they were telling us to do just tear apart Star Trek and fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like, yeah.
It was the Les Moonves period, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
already
2005. So I figure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, the studios had the even Paramount and NBC, the whole existence, never had a clue what to do with Star Trek. And like I said, they most of the time try to avoid it like the plague. And other companies and other people really picked up Star Trek off of them and carried it, and they just kind of profited off it because they own the IP.
Mm-hmm.
But like once Enterprise's second season hit, all the old guys that were in the fucking top that love Star Trek were gone. And it's been that way since. And God knows if these new guys up on top even fucking know or care about Star Trek. So, I mean, but
you're making me cry right now.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, just to put Alex Kurtzman in fucking charge just makes me cry.
You know, the one thing, real quick, going back about pacing. The pacing at Picard is great. Only had one issue with the pacing, and that was the Soji talking to the Reclaimed at the Reclamation Center. It was like a 6-minute scene. They could have maybe cut it up into 2 pieces, but
people.
You mean when they were intercutting the scene, the interrogation on Chateau Picard and this one? It was editing choice. It's this scene didn't bother me. The only scene actually that really bothered me that destroyed the pacing was the ice skating scene in the last episode in episode 4.
Yeah, the risky business crap.
Yeah, this was actually the only one scene that destroyed a little bit the pacing. I didn't mind the intercuts. It's probably their style, the same as on Discovery. Everybody was talking about the Dutch angles and the rotating cameras and the upside down shots and everything. It's visual style, and they are doing basically things that were not possible with the previous shows. And obviously they got some new technology on set. So they are trying to squeeze everything out of it what they can. So I didn't mind it, but I was very apologetic towards Discovery for a very long time, and I still like the show in certain ways. I mentioned it a few times on streams when I'm here that the only thing that broke it for me was really the last episode of the season 2, because if we go away from the special effects and everything that was done, like with the 400 shuttles in one of those ships, or the or the crazy mountain ride turbo lift shafts and everything. What broke it for me was how they said, okay, we're not talking about Discovery. It's like Voldemort. Yeah, we don't talk about him. Yeah, and
Hold on. I got to point this out because here we go. If you don't like Discovery, you have to be sexist. That's bullshit right now. I'm calling bullshit right now.
Oh, I love Sonequa Martin Green. I would have loved to have picked a character for her that I would have loved.
Is great in everything except for Michael Burton.
Yeah,
that's right. I loved her on The Walking Dead.
Great actress in everything she is in except for Michael Burton.
And lovely person too. You see her in interviews, like she's just a likable person. They gave her the most unlikable character.
I think a lot of people are pissed off, and this is the big argument that I hear with Picard is that the crew's not together and they're taking too long to get them together. But as they're taking more of like a Seven Samurai approach to it, where like not everybody is introduced right the fuck away. You know what I'm saying? Like they gather people along the way, and that's fine. But I hear a lot of people are like, well, it's fucking episode 4 and they don't have the fucking crew all together yet.
No, they're building up to it. You know,
Discovery started
criticism with the showcasing.
Right.
Discovery, like Michael Burnham, yeah. When you look at her character,
most of us are under 30.
I wish.
Damn, I wish.
I wish.
Fucking yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop out.
I'll take another 10 years back.
Another 20 years back.
Yeah.
Sci-fi, did you say you had to drop out?
Yeah, I'm gonna drop out. I'm getting kind of
All right,
tired.
Sci-fi, yeah. I mean, I'll try and keep in touch with you, dude. With
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, it was nice streaming with you, man. Nice to meet you.
But
Yeah, I'll probably
the whole thing
stream.
with why we
eventually.
hate Discovery is because they took the main character and made it to where she knows everything and can do everything. And that is not how you should have a character.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, your lead's got to be flawed in some way, or there's got to be something they have to overcome. It is not good to have a perfect. I mean, like, in maybe the rare case, Andromeda, because Dylan Hunt most of the time is pretty much a Mary fucking Sue. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know, but very, very little. But you want to have some story there to make it interesting, not like this bitch is going to out-science the science officer. She's going to out-security the security. She's going to out-captain the captain. She's going to out-fucking everything on the fucking goddamn ship. You know, and that's how they play her. Like, she has no flaws. And I said the second season was all just a big cannon Band-Aid. I mean, they made it a point to say, hey, we are correcting this for you, people who watch the show. And that was a big point where, like, the view screens with Captain Pike, like, oh, we changed the view screens back to the way you liked him, Captain Pike. Yes, we shall never have those view screens again. You know, I mean, like stupid little shit like that, or fucking, I don't know. But I mean, that's the whole second season was one big cannon Band-Aid, and it's just like they made it a point. They've shoved it in your face to say, "Hey, we're fixing it." You know what I'm saying? Where it should just be like, "Fucking tell a good story."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Write something.
Yeah, but that's the thing, Black Mountain. The surrounding characters were never brought forward that much because everything had to revolve around Michael Burnham.
Look, man, it's Klingon time crystals.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Klingon time crystals were idiotic too. You're bringing a fantasy aspect into a sci-fi show that.
Yeah.
And the shitty thing is the only reason why her name is Michael is because Brian Fuller is famous for naming his female leads male names. And he was only on the fucking show for like 3 episodes. So we got stuck with Michael Burnham.
Honestly, I don't care about her name. I simply think that, okay, they could have done something like a redemption arc for a character, and they basically did it in some way for her. But even the plot, how she became basically a mutineer, was plain stupid, because she was put in front of a court because of starting the war, but she didn't start a war. She mutinied against her captain. She nerve pinched her, okay, but there were no shots fired, so she didn't start the war. That's plain stupid from the get-go. From episode 1, they basically messed it up.
Well, with Spock coming out like there's never been a recorded mutiny in Starfleet, to Michael Burton mutinying your first fucking officer to fucking shoot at the Klingons to say hello.
Yeah. But you know why? What it is retconned. We don't talk about Discovery.
Yeah, I mean that's another canon band-aid.
Yeah. They just screwed it up like completely, because there are Klingons who know about her. There is Mud who knows about her. There are like gazillions of people who know about Discovery outside.
Well, the
of
whole thing is
Federation.
okay. Even in the fucking future, Picard mind melded with Sarek. All right, like took the fucking last part of fucking Sarek's mind. All right, you're telling me that Picard doesn't know about Michael fucking Burnham?
We may know it later in the series.
But if he mind melded with Sarek, he would know about Michael Burnham. You know what I'm saying? So technically, Picard fucking should know everything about fucking Michael Burnham. You know what I'm saying? Like when she comes on screen, be like, oh, Michael Burnham. You know, I mean, like seriously, that's what it is. But I think eventually they're probably planning it for Picard to meet Michael Burnham at some fucking point in time. You know what I'm saying? I have a feeling that that's probably one of the things.
No, don't give them ideas. Stop.
Well, I think they already have that idea.
Right? Like the guy from CBS is like, I was watching this fucking stream last night. These 4 dudes were talking. I got a fucking idea, bro. Fucking idea.
Yeah,
we're gonna take Michael Burnham, right?
It's going to be the last place CBS ever gets an idea from.
You listening, CBS? You fucking listening?
My guilty pleasure in Picard is going to be Elnor. I want to see where this Elfulan takes me.
Dude, he's very close to becoming into my top 5 of all. In the first episode,
he's cool. Yes,
I've been waiting since I've seen the very first
trailer.
Yeah, trailers for this fucking dude to go and thrash motherfuckers. Okay, that is half the reason why I watch Picard, is I'm waiting for this motherfucker to go out there and like take like 10 dudes down with a fucking samurai sword, because we get very little close quarter combat other than Klingon. And
let's just hope they don't give him some kind of a lightsaber.
I don't think so. He might have throwable weapons, or he might throw his weapon at some points, I think, or have other things. But I think he is going to be a fucking badass, and he's definitely one of my top favorite Star Trek characters. I mean, not because he's got a code. He's fucking awesome. Just comes off just fucking right out the bat, just fucking taking a dude out, being like, "Hey."
He did.
What was that movie with? I think it was.
You know, like
the movie with Christian Bale in the dystopian future where he played the secret agent in the black coats. He was as well like extremely calm but dangerous. What was
I'm trying to think of what that fucking movie was. I know what movie you're talking about.
Yes, and I know what it. I just can't.
What is it? It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, I haven't seen it in years.
Maybe somebody in the chat will be able to put it down.
Hear that, chat? We're calling out a lifeline. So if you guys are in the chat out there, you know this movie that we're fucking talking about, and you just fucking say it. Otherwise, none of us are going to be able to fucking sleep.
There is as well this page called IMDb. So
yeah, I'm looking that up right now, trying to figure it out. If the name pops out as soon as I see it.
I'm trying to think. It's so simple too. I think it's
one word.
Yeah, it's a one-word thing. Not Memento, is it?
No. Equilibrium.
Exactly.
Equilibrium. Yeah.
Good shit. So how about that Sonic movie?
I'm going to see it on Tuesday. I'm going to see it today. I'm going to see it today. Take my kids.
Hell yeah.
We were on Sunday in cinema for Rabbit Jojo or Jojo Rabbit. I don't know what's the right Right name for it was fantastic movie. And there was a kid waiting in the line with a boy with his parents, and he was head to toe dressed in Sonic everything. So
I mean, like, I thought the games were cool when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? I played most of them. But I was like the Nintendo side, and my cousins were like the Genesis side. So everything that Sega came out, they got, and everything I had Nintendo came out. So when we got together, we just bring all our shit together and play. But yeah, I mean, like, I've played pretty much all of the Sonic games. I mean, they're good adventure games. I just don't think they should have ever got nearly as popular as they fucking did.
Yeah, I was a Mario kid myself.
Yeah,
I want a damn Toe Jam and Earl movie.
Toe Jam and Earl was a fun game too.
You had your game consoles. I had my Soviet occupants here.
I remember I had a Commodore 64. I had a fucking Atari 2600, Atari 7800, a ColecoVision. I had an Intellivision.
Yeah, we had different childhoods together.
I was a farm boy. I had a stick.
We had stick and mud. That's what we got.
I always joke that we were so poor that if I wasn't a boy, I wouldn't have a toy to play with. But
alrighty,
it's just. But it's just a joke. It wasn't that horrible.
DJ, I got to split. I have work in a few hours.
Yeah,
but thank you.
Wrap it too, because I need to get some sleep.
Yeah, man.
I'm at work. I'm at work right now.
I know Joe's at work. He's just like fuck it.
It's been a real pleasure having you up on the panel, Stephen.
Yeah,
Thank you very much for inviting me. Like, you guys keep it up. I love your show.
Yeah,
Thank you.
It's been a fucking wild one for sure. But yeah, definitely come back again, man. Fucking
thank you,
Ricky. I have to call you out. You so much like the F word. You must write some screenplays for Picard.
Well, it's Italian and Chicago and Italian. The combination of being from Chicago and Italian. Just, I mean, when I was growing up, dude, my Italian, I was with my Italian side of the family, and every other fucking word literally was fuck. So I mean, it's like we would like swear as kids, and no one gave a damn because we just kind of like fit in. I don't know. Like, I don't know. It was just weird. You know, I mean, I don't know. Everybody just didn't give a damn. They're like, well, he's swearing already. Fuck it. And it's like, I tried to keep my kid from swearing when he was little, like up until about 2 years old. And then like my aunt takes him one day and I'm like, okay, whatever. So he's coming up the stairs after she takes him home and he's like, ass, tits, ass. Fuck. And she's like, I taught him how to swear. I'm like, oh, thank you. Thank you, aunt. You're such a great aunt.
There was a joke that I read recently on the internet, like a question. I need to write a professional email. It's really for work. So is it for fuck's sake or for fuck's sake?
Comments save lives. Comments save lives.
Well, if you got anything you want to plug before you go, Stephen, go ahead and do it.
Oh,
yeah,
hi,
man.
everybody.
You've got some YouTubeage going on, or you've got some stuff going on, or
Thanks. Hi, I'm author Stephen Walton. Right now I'm covering a little bit of Star Trek. I'm also promoting some great independent comics and independent writers. Come check me out. My channel, author Stephen Walton. My Twitter is @Lodonis, Lodonis. I am the author of The Fandom Menace Volume 1. Volume 1 will be shipping out soon, and I am working on Volume 2. So the Indiegogo for that will start soon. I have such wonderful people help me with this project, such as Jesse Milestone, Overlord DVD, Midnight's Edge. So come check it out. And the forward will be written by John Talks. So thank you very much for having me on, guys.
But yeah, drop something in the chat so we can just click your name and.
Sure.
Yeah. You're welcome back anytime you want.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Jesse and them live by me. I know Jeremy lives very close. Jeremy's in Pensacola.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I'm literally 40 minutes from Pensacola.
I may be moving down in that area this year, so maybe we'll get up for a beer, have some Star Trek conversation sometime.
Absolutely. I don't drink, but I mean, I'll definitely.
Oh, okay. Yeah, dig it.
But I think Jesse's down here too. She lives down here somewhere. But I know Jeremy is because I met Jeremy like before his channel was gigantic, and he's still I think at 5,000 or 10,000 subs, and he's just like, yeah, dude. Anytime I go to Destin, man, we'll fucking hang out, blah blah blah.
Cool.
But yeah, that's fucking awesome, dude. Yeah. So you that's the book that they just came out with, right? The Phantom Menace book? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the Phantom Menace Volume 1, A Phantom Betrayed. I had the Indiegogo ran before New Year's, and I'm about to go into print next week. So I'll send out to my backers, and then I'm going to run another Indiegogo for Volume 2. You can also buy Volume 1, the second edition, in the Indiegogo for the Phantom Menace Volume 2.
Oh, so it's all available now.
Well, one is available in ebooks. You can go to Amazon and just read the basic text if you want. The actual book has a little bit more in it, the physical copy. And Volume 2 is being put together. That's a little bit of a headache because working with the first one was pretty much me. This one I'm working with a couple other people, so I have to get material submitted and I have to make sure that everything's on the up and up and I'm protected and they're protected. So that's been a little bit more work involved in that, but I will be running the Indiegogo for it, and it should be ready by the time the Indiegogo ends. That way I can just send the print order out instead of people having to wait a few months like they did with this one. So just, learning the system, getting better as I go.
Yeah, I mean, I have no fucking clue how to put out or distribute even a book. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never thought about the process, but I'm sure it is not easy.
The kinds of videos that you're doing and as much knowledge as you have, man, you should consider it putting together like a Star Trek. I
base my my videos more off like my deep reviews, at least off like a podcast, more or less. You know what I'm saying? Like in a podcast format.
Right.
And but I mean, most of my videos are fucking so long, dude. It's like I didn't really fucking care. I was just like, I just wanted to make what I wanted to make, you know what I'm saying, and put it out there. But more or less, my reviews are more like in a podcast format. Like I said, the video with Annie Trekker today is a little slighter, about 35 minutes, I think. But I mean, it's hard. Even most of my videos are like fucking 30 minutes or above, or 40 minutes. Or above.
Yeah, you are doing really long videos. That's true.
Well, I mean, there's a difference between a video that you just like click on, like a lot of the people I follow in the Menace, they're just like click on videos. You're going to watch it for 10 minutes or 16 minutes. You'll never watch it again. It's the videos that you put work into that have information that or something entertaining that you can enjoy. Like those are the kinds of videos that I think they last longer. Like Mauler. I go back and watch Mauler stuff from last year because just, it's funny or it's informative.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, there's a study out there that now, like a lot of people, and even I do this myself, don't even watch the video but listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like in a car or driving, or like I'll be fucking people up in the internet fucking on Overwatch or shooting people in Battlefield, and I'll have this going on in the background, and whoever's on, whoever's I'm listening.
I do it with the Joe Rogan podcasts. They are like long podcasts. Yeah, if there's a podcast that is under 2 hours, it's rarity. So, and this is one of the reasons why I purchased YouTube Premium, so that I can basically only listen to it. So I can have my Navi system on in my car and YouTube plays in the background. Yeah.
No commercials.
No commercials. Yeah, that's a very nice thing, especially now when we are like 2 weeks away from general elections, and you cannot imagine what kind of advertisement is on YouTube in front of every single video. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh no, go ahead. Yeah.
I think the long form videos, podcast like videos, something you can just put on and you drive, or you can work, or just something you can listen to. That's where it's at, I think.
Well, it's better. I mean, look, it's harder for me to put together like a 10-minute video than it is a longer video, just because it's like there's a lot of information. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Especially when you go into Star Trek, there is a shitload of information.
Yes, sir.
It's not like I can just be like, I can just generalize something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I did I'm sorry.
Inner workings. You know what I'm saying? There's just way more involved. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I did a basic general video on the Klingons, and it was 35 to 40 minutes long. Just basic. Yeah, I mean, like just covering the very basics of Kahless and fucking the religion and the culture. And by the time you get to like the fifth part of it, you're like, fucking damn, it's already like fucking 45 minutes. Seriously, that's how it is, though. Yeah. I mean, it gets like that. It's like I'll just write. And like sometimes it's like I look at the page, I'm like, damn, I have 15,000 fucking words.
But when you look at when you look at channels like Lore or Trekyards, they are doing short like 10-minute videos and multi-part videos.
hmm
Yeah, they do
So
a lot of
that's-
parts videos. And I was thinking about doing that, but it's just hard for me to split it up. But we'll see what happens with the Anti-Trackers channel, whatever.
Yeah.
Because my video should be here in about an hour or something dropping.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that today.
But it's a tough game altogether. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of fucking work. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, but you have to really love to do it. You know what I'm
Ricky,
saying?
if you're in one sitting, if you're writing 1,500 words, you're a writer, man.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I mean, my scripts, dude, most of them, especially for about an hour. Well, I mean, a half hour is about 6,000 words.
Mhm.
So I mean, that it's usually about when he starts getting about an hour, you're looking over like 10,000.
Mhm.
And that's just writing up with stuff. And I do love it, but I hate it at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to take quick breaks. It's
Yes.
like if I write for a long time, it's just like, oh my god, brain hurts.
Yep.
Like, I need to do something else or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I mean, I've definitely considered it because I mean, I do have a lot of ideas, and I guess it stems from me being like a dungeon master back in the day. It's like I was like huge into D&D, but I was always like the one that ran the game. So
Ricky,
I mean, like,
we hung out in different lives together. I used to DM myself. I'm sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
yeah, I mean, but I got so used to it because no one wanted to fucking run the game. I was like, well, fuck it. I'll read all the fucking books and I'll run the goddamn game. You know what I'm saying? And come up with every NPC and every fucking setting and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, it just naturally always a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
It takes a hell of imagination and a lot of work to do that. I mean, yeah, I'm so serious. I'm not trying to fool you. You should put some thought into writing a book.
Yeah, I mean, I actually have thought about it a couple times. I mean, actually, an actual story. I mean, I've had thoughts, but I'd have to storyboard it and put it together and see what kind of a meaningful flow I can write around. But yeah, I've always thought of, because I mean, I'm huge into like the D&D books and stuff like that, and serial stories, fantasy, vampire, a werewolf, and masculine.
Nice.
All that White Wolf stuff, and there's just a lot of stories to be had, man. And I always wanted to create my own fantasy world, just because I've seen all these fucking fantasy fucking shows. I mean, I've watched almost everything sci-fi. I've watched both Battlestar Galactica, both Lost in Spaces. I mean, the Orville, Firefly, Battlestar, everything. I've watched fucking almost everything, and there's a lot of ideas to be had to be mixing. I mean, like, my opinion, like, some franchises, if you mixed a couple or even three of some franchises together, you'd have the perfect sci-fi. You know what I'm saying? Like, just aspects of certain franchises, because I believe that some franchises do things absolutely fucking right, and some franchises do things absolutely fucking wrong.
Right.
And that's just watching them. You know what I'm saying? You're like, well, fuck, if I took this from here and fucking swapped it over here, this would be a fucking half decent thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And that's how I'd plan it in my mind. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a musician too, so I mean, that does take up a lot of fucking time. So I mean, learning fucking thousands and thousands of songs. I know 5,000 songs off the top of my head.
Wow.
So, yeah, lyrics and guitar, piano, bass. But I've been doing that for many, many years. So I mean, it's hard to split my time between being video, musician, gamer. I mean, it's like I have to like literally split my time. It's like, all right, I've already spent like 2 hours.
And he still has to go to work.
Yeah, I do fucking actually. Well, in the winter, not as much, but in the summer, yeah, I'm a fucking slave. But I mean, that's just how the economy works out here where I live. I mean, like, I pretty much get the whole fucking winter off. And maybe 2-3 days a week I work in the winter, from November to January, February. And then when spring break comes, that's when this place fucking lights up. And it stays fucking crazy all the way till about the middle of November. And in that time period, I will make 95% of what I'm going to make that entire year. So I just live off of what I made at the end of the year. But it's very unique in this area, allows you to do that because it's a very tourist economy and the service industry is king. And I make damn near $50,000 a year delivering pizza, just fucking delivering pizza. I don't fucking manage. And I used to manage pizza for a very long time. I've been with Papa John's for 24 years. And I was a district manager at one time before I became a single parent, but then that got fucked. And basically, I deliver now. But I mean, where I am at, the service industry is king. And when the summer is here, fucking millions. I mean, they put 5 fucking million people on this fucking island. And all of them are rich. And all of them have a lot of money to be able to vacation in Destin, because Destin is not cheap to vacation in. and everybody's fucking drunk. And there is times I go to a fucking person's house with 2 pizzas, and that dude fucking just hands me $100 bill, and he's fucking wasting. He said, "Keep it."
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, seriously. I mean, it's like, and that happens all the fucking time, and not like on a small thing. Like, oh damn, this dude just gave me $100. This is not going to happen for no. Like, I mean, there's some days I walk in and I'm like at $200 at my first delivery, like $100 at my first delivery.
That's awesome.
We are one of the busiest, if not the busiest, Papa John's in the world during the summer, and we're doing like 400 pizzas an hour, $20,000 a day in pizza. It's fucking ridiculous. It's a gigantic machine, but at the same time, the service industry is king. And it's funny because I have friends on the resort, like waitresses and bartenders, and they make like 70 fucking 80 a year just bartending and waitressing. You know what I'm saying? But it's only during this time period. So what everybody does here is you work your fucking ass off from the summer, and your winter is fucking easy, dude. Yeah, you can go home, do whatever the fuck you want. You know what I'm saying? And it's
right.
Literally, I have the whole winter off. So this is when I have the time to split my time into fucking what I need to split it. But like come July is probably our heaviest month here. And I mean, I'm literally 7 days a week. I fucking live there. But I mean, the money's just so good that it's hard not to. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah, I dig it.
Like, oh fuck, go make $300 again today at work delivering pizza. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like I'm so sad, you know. But I mean, that's the reality of living out here in this area. This area is just very unique like that. I mean, I would make half of what I would make in Chicago if I was doing this there. In Chicago, I manage. Down here, I deliver. You know, it's just
right,
plain and simple. But yeah, I mean, it's a very fucking cool area, man. And I always tell anybody who wants to get out of the fucking snow, because the beautiful thing is I don't have to fucking deal with snow. And that's the shittiest fucking thing in life. I swear to God, the big white monster.
Just agree.
DJ, you were not kidding about segways.
I know it.
I have to leave, gentlemen. I'm sorry. I enjoy your company, and I'm going to come back again. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, you'll catch us here, our sci-fi stream, our cinema.
Have a great day.
You too, buddy.
Bye.
Take it easy, man. Good night.
Yeah, I think it's time for me to get some sleep. This turned into a longer stream than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's almost 4 hours, so
Yeah,
definitely go get some sleep, and I can catch up on some work that I have here. Definitely.
You are Captain Trek.
Well, Captain Trek, you're lucky I don't do it in my video.
You're always welcome in the Discord.
It's just, I mean, it's a genetic thing. I swear to God, I came out the womb with the fucking F word. You know, every word of the sentence. Fucker.
Yeah, I was about ready to put a trench coat on you and put you out in front of the Quickie Mart and just call you.
Yeah, I mean, like sometimes I have to watch. So I'll be at work too, and I'll be like just talking, and I'll look over, and there'll be like a kid in carry out. I'll be like, you know, did I just drop the F-bomb when there's a fucking 5-year-old in carry out? Yeah. You know.
Yeah, I'm gonna call her a night. You guys, thanks for joining. It's been fun.
Thank you very much for having me.
Remember,
have a nice day, gentlemen, and have a nice day, chat.
Enjoy
Bye.
The rest of work, Joe.
Thank you.
Catch Ricky's video coming out in about an hour.
Oh,
or less.
Yeah, about an hour. I've waited 4 days. We'll see how many
Bye,
days.
gentlemen.
But you guys have a good night.
Oh, I'm out.
Yeah, good night, DJ.